Hello everyone, and welcome to our early morning stream. Well, it's not that early, but it's kind of earlier than when I would normally stream. Here's Scarlet. Scarlet wants to arm wrestle. Arm wrestle barrel. Oh, X. X. X on the PlayStation controller is A on the Xbox. Alright, here goes. Oh, the strongest arm in the world. How could you handle it, Scarlet? I'm just teasing. I just hit the button really fast. Is my arm broken now? Oh my god. Alright, so we're back on the PlayStation 4. We had our last episode of Let's Play Monster Hunter World. And that's because all I need to do now is farm up Kulve a few times and break HR 50. Scarlet's like, cheats. Could you not hear me hitting that button? Listen to that button. Oh, I hit that button fast. I hit that button so fast. I don't need to cheat. I get these huge arms, man. Like, urgh. Not really. I don't work out or anything. I just sit around playing games. I need to start working out. Yeah, I need to. What are we doing, though? Hunter rank is 43. We do want to break 50, so I do need to be farming Kulve quite a bit. And then I need some decent Kulve Taroth weapons. So we've got, like 2 days of Kulve Taroth left. Let's grind the heck out of her, okay? We're going to grind her hard. That didn't sound right. Let's go ahead and get a start. We're going to get started. Kulve Taroth siege. Begin the siege. And while we're doing this, I'm actually going to pull up my video, my track farming video, because I'm going to look up that build I have in on the Xbox. My forager build. We're going to make the forager build if we can. I want that forager build. Okay, we'll empty that out. We'll grab a chef's choice platter. Ow. Eat so much in this game. And how full are we? I think we probably are already full from what it looks like. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if you want in, you're going to have to wait your turn. Man, that's full. Nano Jeff is... Oh, Nano Jeff and... Oh, actually, look, we got Ronwill. Ronwill's the lowest level player in the game. Actually, normally I'd say we should help him. But I'm actually just about as low as him, so I need to be carried. It's not one of those cases where I can easily carry somebody because I got a crap weapon. So maybe we won't carry low-level players this match. Maybe we'll try to spread them out amongst good players. Might be a bad idea to get us all in one session. We might actually lose. How's it going, by the way, everyone? Giovanno says, funny seeing people say good morning when it's evening where I live. Oh, interesting. How's that? I don't know how to pronounce that. Namibia? How's it going? Preacher Pong? What's your in-game name, Walla? Oh, yeah. What is your in-game name? It was... I remember. It was... Hold on. His in-game name was... Was it Claire? It's Claire. His in-name game is Claire. If it's a he. Claire's a girl's name. I'm wondering if Wallamanga is a she. Wallamanga says, show him that PlayStation players aren't terrible. Nobody's really terrible, to be honest. Let's have a sip of my drink. I have my energy drink. I'm just going to sip this all day. Tucker Hall says, can you help me tomorrow? For a small fee. It's going to be $60 an hour session. That's your therapist cost. How much does it cost for therapy? I never went to therapy. Isn't that expensive? I bet it's really expensive. I mean, they're like basically doctors. Doraman says, hello, you will get a Taroth Hammer Sleep on your first run. Does anyone want to place a bet on that? I'd place money on that bet. I'd say no. If I get a sleep hammer on my first run, Doraman, I will do a shout out video. Or I'll do a video where we shout your name out. How about that? But it has to be on this run. It has to be on this run. I tell you what I'll do is I'll give your name a credit in the first second of my next video. How about that? Dragon Strike Nut. Honey. Let's grab this bug. Let's grab this bitter bug. So we need that Forager build because I realized the Forager build is really good for stocking up on valuable consumables like Devil's Blight. And Devil's Blight is just so good. It takes forever to farm, so if you can just come up here and gather it, it's much better if you can just gather it, you know what I mean? We want to do that. Devil's Blight. Honey, there's Kulve Taroth. There's another Bitterbug. Don't really need the Bitterbugs. Bitterbugs are easy, but Devil's Blight and Mandragora, that stuff is valuable. Real valuable. Devil's Blight, Nitro Shroom, and we're on our way. Wallamanga says, I see a couple of people not in Quest. You guys better be in Quest. You can't join my session and not be in Quest. If you're watching this stream and you're in my session and you're not playing, you get the boots. Everyone's got to gather Kulve Taroth stuff. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys you're at high risk of the boot. You don't want to be booted. You better get in you guys got enough people to put together a track farm run right now. You got, what was that, 5 people? You got 5 people. You better get going. We're not doing this. We did this last time on play. Oh, you know what? Maybe they just don't know. Maybe they don't know what's going on. So for you guys who are unaware, the way this works, the way my Kulve Taroth sessions work, everybody has to leave and gather tracks from Kulve Taroth, okay? Everyone has to leave and gather tracks from Kulve Taroth. You don't attack her. If you attack her, I boot you. So don't attack her. But you got to join and you got to gather tracks. You've got to gather scattered gold chip. And then she leaves on her own in 8 minutes, okay? So you don't attack her and she leaves on her own in 8 minutes and everyone returns. When everyone comes back, then we start an attack run against Kulve Taroth. And we should be about Pursuit 4 by that point. All right, but that only works if everyone participates. If you're not participating, you are sabotaging the session, and you don't want to do that in a Gameconomist session because he will pay attention and boot the heck out of you. I'm talking about myself in the third person. It's a little weird. Let's go ahead and grab this scattered gold chip. You gotta get sniff. It says right in the title, foot sniff session. What do you think I mean by that? It means you better get out there and you better smell the queen's feet. I see 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys got to get going. You guys are at high risk of getting booted. If you're watching this, you guys are at high risk of getting booted right now. You don't even have to be in a team of 4 guys. You can actually go gather tracks by yourself. It doesn't make a difference. It's just more fun with 4 people. Yeah. You better get going. I do not want to boot anyone. Let's grab this wedge beetle. Especially people who might be friendly toward me, which I'm assuming you all are. I don't like booting my friends. Oh, Captain Gangplank says donation worked. I think you missed it though. Oh, dang it. So, shoot. What I did last night, guys, was I got into Streamlabs and I added a new alert so that when you guys send a donation, you can actually have like a message on screen and everything, and a cute little shuckle animation. I did miss it. If you want to try that again, I'm totally open to, I can just give you your money back, Captain Gangplank, because I would like to run tests on that. The way it works, guys, there's a link in the description for tips now, and when you use that link, it should cause the animation to show up on my screen. And not only that, but YouTube doesn't take a cut of that. So 100% of your donation goes to me, which is currently not true. The way Super Chats work, I do love it, and I appreciate all of your support, especially since my streams keep getting demonetized because we talk about controversial subjects in these streams. But the way it works currently is YouTube takes 30% of those donations. When you use this tipping link, I get 100% of the donation. So the link to that is in the description of the video. And I had it set up so that a cute little Shuckle pops up on screen. If you guys didn't know this, I'm a big fan of the Pokemon Shuckle. He's always been a big favorite of mine because he's so goofy looking. Actually, the funny thing about Shuckle is he kind of reminds me of Wigglers from Monster Hunter World, right? He has that sort of whimsicalness to him. Wigglers pop up out of the ground. Shuckle would pop up out of his shell. It's very similar. It's surprisingly similar. So yeah, I have this donation link set up, and you can use that from now on. Anytime you feel like, and there's also like I have a way to keep track of who's donated what, to see what your name is. So I don't have that with the super chats. Super chats, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. I have no idea what happened to them. I can't see who made the donations anymore. With the donation link, your name, or not your name, well, yeah, your username gets saved so that I can see who made donations from the previous chat. That's when I go into Streamlabs. So really, really nice service. Wallamunga says someone is on expedition. Alright, it's boot time. Give me the boot. Show me the boot. Show me the boot. Expedition. Sorry, Ronwell. We are not here for expedition. Shin Karuk is also at headquarters. He's out of here. And NanoJeff is also at headquarters. He is also out of here. There are 3 spots open. If you were one of the people I just kicked, you can rush to get back into the session as fast as you can. Anyone, though, is welcome to join. You're not allowed to be AFK during the sniff run. You actually have to be in a sniff run, sniffing them feet. It's required. If you're worried about not getting enough people into your quest to sniff, it's no problem at all. You can sniff all by yourself. It has the same exact effect as being in a group of 4 people. So if nobody's joining you when you try to get a sniff run lobby going, just go ahead and just go ahead and launch it on your own. You don't want to be AFK because I will boot you out of the session. I wonder, maybe I should have just kept the session private. But we got a spot for 3 people now, guys. So feel free to join in. He joins a Kulve Taroth lobby and goes on expedition. What is he doing, man? He must have been a random. That has to have been it. He must have been a random. Cyberus says Annie missed the donation again. Oh my god. Well, here, let me I tell you what. Let me try opening up YouTube. Maybe I can rewatch it. Is it true that you can rewatch the stream while it's live? If it's working, I trust you guys. I don't need to see it. I'm going into my own stream. Let me see if I can just rewatch the stream. I just want to see it to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, you can. Cool, cool, cool. Now I'm looking for it. Well, I trust you guys. I'll see it eventually. Dang, man. I need to have it so I can hear it. That's the deal. Nothing really says it does make a sound. I don't hear anything. Oh, I can change the volume of the sound. Hold on, let me try this. I'll turn up the volume of it, so it should be louder now. Should be louder. Alright. Sniff tracking, sniff session is done. Sniff run, there we go. Sniff run is done. Captain Gangplank says there's no audio alert. So here's what I can do. I can turn that volume up a lot higher. Thanks for testing that for me, Captain Gangplank. It sounds like everyone saw it. Crank up that volume. Pursuit level 2 reached. Isn't that exciting, everyone? Oh, no. It's because we had people who were AFK. Let's see. Okay, we got one more group. We're going to wait for them to come back. We're going to wait for them to come back because they're going to bring it up just to 4. And while they're doing that, I guess I can craft some armor. I'm betting they're going to be a little bit late because I'm betting those are some of the guys who heard my warning about being AFK. Angel M says, "Hey, how can I join?" There's always the session ID in the description of my video. All right, so look for the... Dude, this bug is still here. I forgot to kill it. Oh my god, maybe if I put like fruit next to me, the bug will just go for the fruit. In before ear rape donations. Oh, better. Maybe I'll turn this down. Also, I'm gonna start being real careful with my words. I can't believe I just said that. I think that YouTube is using an algorithm to check what words are being used, so I'm gonna be real careful now. Indra Putra says, "Can I join your session?" Yes, anyone is welcome to join. I do not have any limitations for people joining. Maybe in the future, though, one day, I might have a patrons-only session, but that is not the kind of session we have today. So let's see. We want stuff that helps you gather stuff. Master Gatherer. That's not important. I don't think Scent Hound's important either. Entomologist. No, that's not important. King Beetle. So Botanist is useful, but I don't have... There's Honey Hunter. How about Forager's Luck? What is that? So Honey Hunter is valuable as well. So a Botanist and Honey Hunter, definitely. But I can't build those, apparently.
Please notice,
hey, there it goes. I heard something.
Or I will have to commit microwave pool. If he doesn't see this spam,
you will have to commit microwave pool. What? Oh, it didn't show up on... Oh, there it is. I see. It shows up a little bit later. Oh, I see. There's a lag. Thanks for helping me test that, Gangplank. So the problem then is there's going to be a delay between when it actually occurs and when I see it. So maybe I need to increase the delay. This is good, this testing. I'll have to try adding a delay to it later. So when you post it, I need there to be a delay from when you post it and when it actually shows up on screen. Let's jump back to the Gathering Hub. I haven't decided how to make this build yet. They might be waiting for me over there. What do you guys think? Do you like the little Shuckle animation? There were a lot of animations to go with, but I picked something that I liked. But I still want to say ooh woo. Captain Gangplank, the reason you heard it 2 times is because you're getting an echo from my laptop. So what I've done is I've muted my laptop. Essentially what's going on is it's playing in the laptop, and then here, let's turn this up. It's playing in the laptop, and then after it plays, it goes through the microphone and you hear it the second time. That's what's going on. All right, let's see if we got Pursuit 4. Oh, we're still waiting for those guys. That's fine. Let's go ahead and grab some fresh items. Wow, I wish I could get it to pop up on my... I wish I could get it to pop up on my TV screen, because then I would know... I noticed it's harder to know when it's going when it's occurring. Let me try... for now, let me try making it larger so that I can actually see it. Because it is actually hard for me to notice. Alright. I kind of made it larger and shifted it to the side. Gordon says, I love the Shuckle animation. Oh, you know what? The sound should be like... well, no, what if I could get like the 8-bit sound for Shuckle when he was added to the game? He was added in... isn't he 2nd gen? I think he's 2nd gen. So maybe I could get the sound that he would normally make and add that in as well. That'd be funny. Turn up the volume more, about 30%. Okay, I turned it up, Captain Gangplank. Oh, there we go. Kick TGC, he's a noob. Can't kick me, I'm the boss. Alright, let's hit complete, or let's begin a new siege. See how important it was for those last 2 players to go in and do the track run. If they hadn't been doing that, we would not have reached Pursuit 4. That shows you just how important it is that the whole group participates. If somebody's not participating, he's going to cause you to potentially be forced to fight Kulve Taroth at Pursuit 3, which is still kind of challenging, especially considering not everybody in the session has lots and lots of high quality weapons and gear. So it's just very important. Should have made it shiny Shuckle. I still could. I would have to edit the GIF myself using... Oh, I would probably be using Premiere Pro. So I could still make it shiny Shuckle. My next problem I'm having, though, is being able to hear that being able to know that the donation has occurred. Because I noticed he's made 2 of these donations, and I simply haven't seen it because my eyes look at 2 things. I look at the comment section on the right on my screen, and I look at the game itself. I very rarely look at the actual live stream. See what I'm saying? So the live stream is shown on my screen, but I don't look at it. I look at my chat, the chat box over here, and I look at the TV. I can't get it to show up on my TV. Just thinking about it. I wonder if, no, this isn't going to keep track of it. I know what I could do. I could have OBS open here. Let's try this. Oh, I think this will work. So I'll have OBS open next to the chat box. There it is.
Why am I not a
I can
mod
see it
in
now.
your chat, by the way?
Why am I not a
Ice
mod in
will
your
come
chat, by the
never
way?
forget.
Ice.
I love you, Dork.
I'm never gonna see. I'm not gonna read that out loud. Thanks for the donation, Gameplay. Thanks for helping me test it, by the way. What did you guys think? Did you like it with the image being larger? I could definitely read it better, and I have a strategy now for being able to see the donation. I have my OBS Studio. That's my streaming software. I have it enlarged so I can see both the chat and the actual donation. Shuckle is threatening. Notice me and get Draken Scrubbo? What? Hey, thanks, Tucker Hall. Ronell says, I'm here again. I'm your Filipino fan. Hey, thanks, man. I get a lot of Filipino viewers. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. I get a whole bunch of them. Almost yeeted you again. Almost. I started out with ice, but I didn't finish. I'm getting a little bit. I'm getting a little bit better. I tried to maybe do a bit more reading. All right. So did we drop that boulder on her? Tell me we dropped the boulder. We did. And she's chugging along. Let's jump over here. There we go. Nitro shroom. So probably one more challenge I need to figure out is how to get the pop-up from the donation to occur at the same time that I'm seeing it live so that I can respond to it appropriately. Cove time. Boop. 68 damage. How's it going, 47 mid-age guy? Something tells me you might be 47 years old. I loved your item loadout video, usually using it. Nice. Actually, I had a part 2 to that video to work on. Did you know that? There's even more information about item loadouts I'd like to share. There we go. When she stands up, she's gonna be hella mad. She's gonna be a hell no. She's gonna freak out. Oh, she's never gonna stand up though. She just had her horn gold plating broken. Alright. God, I love the hammer. I think the hammer might be my new favorite weapon. I like the horn, I like the heavy bowgun, I like the lance, I like the insect glaive. Something about the hammer though just feels so good, so satisfying. I think the best way for me to do the donations is for me to be able to hear it, but the problem is if it plays on my laptop, you guys are also going to hear it. Maybe I could get a very lightweight earplug and have it plugged into my laptop. And I'll just wear that earplug so that I can hear when a donation has occurred. Jumping over here. Your loadouts helped a bunch. Oh my gosh, I was struggling till you showed your Arch-Tempered Lonostra builds and Greatsword meta skills. Nice. I wasn't paying attention. I kind of let her get past me there. Yeah, I have a part 2 to that item loadout video I could work on. I'm spending so much time streaming though, I run out of time. I'm desperately looking for an editor to help me work on my channel. Oh, she's gonna roar. Oh, it actually reached me all the way out here. I wasn't sure if it would. Thick boy hammer? Yeah, I need the Taroth hammer sleep, honestly. I prefer it over the Diablos hammer. What you gonna do there? Wow, that still hit me. I was hoping it would not. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I gotta have some way to hear the donation, because if I don't hear it, I'm not gonna see it. I don't look at the chat room that often. I don't have a way to do that. Oh, that's fire. That's fire. Let's get away from the fire. We don't like fire. Look at that dive. Amazing. It's like something out of a movie. Alright, her back tail still needs to be broken. Just had someone KO in Pursuit 1, please boot. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You should still be able to defeat her, though. It might have been an accident, too. We don't boot people for playing bad, but we do boot people for being AFK or for breaking breaking the rules on gathering, right? Gathering tracks. You gotta gather tracks. But if they're just playing bad, do your best to educate them. So if that person is watching this stream, they need to know that you never crowd control Kulve Taroth until you reach stage 4 of the fight. Very strict on that. But we can't boot people just for being ignorant on that issue. That would be not nice to them. How would they learn? They gotta learn somehow. I didn't interrupt the animation because I definitely wanted to finish that. Oh, did you see that roll too? Man, that was good. She's digging again. What a pity.
Okay,
hey,
so it works
he
good
said,
now.
okay, so it
There is
works
still
good
a
now. There's still a 250
250
character limit, which is a bit much
if you
Also
ask
make
me.
it maybe a bit smaller than it's
Also make
than
it
it is.
maybe a
Perfect
bit
volume.
smaller than it's perfect.
Oh,
The
yeah,
volume
you're right.
is
There was
good
actually
as
so
well.
much you said on screen
Have fun
that
with
I
the
couldn't.
stream. I hope you don't
I
cope
couldn't
as
read it
much
all,
as
so that
usual, you
might actually
landlubber.
be a fair point to make. And I happen to have seen that. Alright, so I made the shekel a little smaller. Ouch, that hurts. I wasn't looking at the game, I was looking at the screen. So too many characters, and maybe the shekel's too large. The reason I have him so large, by the way, is so that I have a greater chance of seeing him pop up on screen, because currently it's very hard for me to notice when the donation is made, and I feel like that's very important. We got it. She gonna shed after this for sure. Giant horns chipped, huh? There we go. That arm's broken. She gonna shed. It's like that was her wool mantle, you know what I mean? But it's a gold mantle. You have female voice reading donation. You don't have to read it yourself, just listen. Alright, thank you, Captain Gangplank. It sounds like I need to have maybe something I can plug in and then put in my ear so I can actually hear it. Harneil Desai says, no snack fun today? Every day is a snack fun day. The issue here is I would like a better way to present the donations that have been made, because I feel like what I currently had was very ugly. It was just very ugly text, and I want my stream to be higher quality than just some ugly text. Well, that's fine. Don't hurt me. Oh, she actually still got me there. I did not expect that. Hammer's not even charged. What? How could that miss? There we go. Dude, she just used the same move 3 times in a row. That's an easy to punish move, too. Boop. She going to sleep? Ah, what a pity. Oh, I don't think I have barrel bombs. Ooh, this is not my barrel bomb build. Alright, well, that sucks. Yeah, so my next step then, guys, is to get some kind of headphones for me to be able to hear when you guys make a donation. I think that's really important. Oh, there's her Fury. You'll break her tail now. Another group just finished. Oh, I got blown up. That sucks. Ooh, that's a lot of fire. Oh, I was not even looking at my screen. I was checking to see if anyone had said anything or made a donation. And yeah, I gotta have headphones. I gotta have headphones. I can't actually check for donations like that. Good job on the tail break. Somebody putting down barrel bombs. You should never do that, Budashan. This is gonna be KO soon, right? That's KO. Yep. Nice job, nice job. Let's get a big bang out. Budashan's doing it again. Budashan, you put those barrels down, I'm gonna boot you, man. Budashan, no barrels. I don't know if you can hear me. How do I say it? Ah, I don't care. Hopefully he's watching the stream. I'm gonna go see if I can find a headphone. What do you guys think of that? I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's try this. I've got a small headphone, the kind that you just pop in your ear, and I'm going to use this to know when that little alert comes up. You guys are like, no carving, oh my god. Here, let's get one carve in before it goes away. TGC Alpha, he doesn't even need to carve. I don't really even know what carving does. I can't tell if it actually... He has AirPods, he can't hear us. I can't tell if carving actually even improves your rewards because it doesn't feel like it, to be honest. What do we get? Specimen and botany. Oh, botany actually not bad. We wanted botany, right? I think botany was one of the ones we wanted. Everyone's so angry if I don't carve. 0 carve. Alright, so I can use this headphone, but this one's so large, I don't like it. And then I have these smaller ones, but those are like, I feel like I'm going to lose them. Man. Hey, you still here, Gangplank? I don't know if you're still here. I wonder if I can just donate to myself, actually. Oh, I just accepted all those weapons without looking at them. I'm so focused on figuring this out right now. Manage items. Honestly, I don't think. Okay, Captain Gangplank, I will pay you $2 to send me $1 more, because I need to know if the headphones actually cause the sound to disappear. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, I will pay you to test my thing. Actually, wait a second. Can I test it? I might be able to test it. I didn't even think about it. Let me go to Streamlabs. I know this must be terrible for you guys, because I'm doing this live, but... Accept this quest. Alright. On to another sniffing session. Oh, here it is. Test donation. Let me try this.
This is a
Hey, it
test
worked.
donation for $1.
Hey, and you guys should have been able to hear it as well. Sweet. Very good. That was all I wanted, actually. I guess I could have done that the whole time. I didn't know. Let me go ahead and close that website now. Check rewards and carve. Budishan says, sorry about the bombs. Hey, now you know, man. You don't want to put the bombs down because your teammates are going to get knocked away if you do that. Sort this by power, probably. Oh, I got it. Check it out. Tear Hammer Sleep. We're in. We're good. That was all we needed. Oh my god, we're good. And we have the Elementless decoration right there. We are set. Actually, we put it up here. We are very good. And look at that. We got a Part Breaker decoration. Wow. We're doing so well, guys. These are all the things we wanted. Doryman did call it. Oh my gosh. Doryman, you get a shout out in my next video. I don't know. I think, what did I say? I said I'd put your name in the beginning of the video. Wow. What were the odds of that? I'm sending you a message, Doryman, in the chat box. Sweet. Doryman accurately predicts that I get the sleep hammer in my next run. Man. Send nudes. I don't think so. Oh, I already got Glutton Heavy Bowgun though. Yeah, we're good on Glutton Heavy Bowgun. Nitro Shroom. We're gonna jump up here. Dang, man, that's pretty much the #1 weapon on my list to get from this. So if I had to stop running Kulve Taroth right now, which I'm not ready to stop, obviously, but if I did stop, I would be set. I could beat every monster with this Sleep Hammer. Sleep Hammer's so good. Very easy. I can beat every monster with it.
Here you
Hey,
go.
thanks, Gordon Yush. Sweet. Guys, testing out that new tip mechanic. So if you guys want to make a tip, instead of using a super chat, you can cause Shuckle to pop up on the screen by going to the description of my video and using the Streamlabs link. I thought it would be a new fun thing. Like I mentioned before, earlier in the stream, YouTube doesn't take a cut of that. So if you're hoping not to give YouTube a paycheck, because that's how it used to work, you can use that link instead. And I think it's cooler. And I can hear it now. I've got my headphones on. I can actually hear when the donation occurs. So I know to look at my screen. I always wondered, why do streamers always wear headsets? I always wondered that. I know now. It's because they need to hear if a donation was made. So that they can interact with their audience. I had no idea before. Okay, these are Kulve materials. Wait, why are there Kulve materials here? Hope nobody's attacking. Ah, yeah, somebody's saying only pick up tracks. How do I... Oh, right. I'm so used to the Xbox. There we go. Waiting for the perfectly timed donation where it makes Gameconomist cart and he blames it on the money. Yeah, right. Dima says, finally I joined. Woohoo! I think that means he made it into the session. Wow, I've got the crit. I've got the the Elementalist skill and the Sleep Hammer, and I did that in, I want to say, like 4 or 5 hours of farming Kulve. It's so easy. Now my character is so powerful. I've got Weakness Exploit, Elementalist, and yeah, just in a really good position now. Health boost 4. Now, of course, and look, I have Fortify as well. Now, I don't have Crit Eye, and I don't have Master's Touch, but that is okay. You can actually do pretty well with this setup. You don't have to have Master's Touch. You don't have to have Master's Touch Crit Boost. That's what I mean to say, Crit Boost, not Crit Eye. Really good position to be in. Grab the Sleep Herb. Grab the Blaze Nut. Oh, we'll grab this Nitro Shroom. So, one of the things I still have to figure out for my stream is what overlays I want. People put overlays on the stream, and usually the overlays... Wow, I didn't let go of the bug. Why did he let go of the bug? I haven't decided what kind of overlays to go for. But I have to figure that out next. Are you guys not using or bringing Power Charm and Armor Charm? Ha 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 ha, says Ronell. Does somebody not have the Power Charm? I don't think the Armor Charm's a big deal for this fight, but the Power Charm, you always want that. Get away, Kulve. Grab these footprints. Scattered gold chip. A. DeRoss says, just don't put our face on the stream. Is that what you say? Did you mean your face or our face? My birthday's tomorrow. Can I get an F? That's how it starts to feel the older you get. Mezzi says, please no overlay. Those are visual cancer. Interesting. Okay. But you guys seem to... it seems like some people enjoy, like, knowing about the donations, though, right? What if it was just a very out-of-the-way... I was thinking of making it myself in Photoshop, and then having the overlay be, like, my own theme, my usual Gameconomist theme, with the black swirl, and then having it be a small box, and the box could go in maybe the bottom right-hand corner, or the bottom left-hand corner, and it could just represent maybe the top contributor or something like that. Nothing like crazy.
I want to
thanks,
see you,
Kirbathon.
Shepard, RX, and Gaijin hunt like some legendary unkillable monster. That ish would be diggity dope.
Wow, it's so strange having a robot voice to respond to. Man, I wonder. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would play with me. We don't know each other. None of us. I don't know if they ever play with each other either. Gaijin and Eric's. I've never seen a collab between them, so I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if they play live either. I don't think I've ever seen them play live. It's not like I'm going to turn that down, though. They all got bigger channels than me. Give me the shout out, guys. Where's that footprint, by the way? Didn't I just walk over a footprint? Did I collect it already? I must have collected it already. Run over here. Orion says, I hear Weiss voice. Does Weiss use a robot to speak now? Why does Weiss not... I'd love to hear what Weiss sounds like, by the way. I would happily do a live stream or collaboration with Weiss. I think Weiss is one of my favorite Monster Hunter YouTubers, to tell you the truth. I couldn't tell you why. I think it's just I think Weiss feels a bit more personal than Gaijin and Eric's at this point. Maybe it's because their channels are so large. I don't know. Actually, I don't know much about Gaijin. I know a lot more about Eric's than Gaijin. I know that Gaijin have been doing this for a long time, and I know they've been working on all the old Monster Hunter games. However, I didn't actually play the older games, so most of what I know about all of the major Monster Hunter YouTubers is what I've learned about them since World, and that's about it. And Rach says they play on Twitch. Oh, I see, they're on Twitch. That makes sense. Orion says, I'm pretty sure Weiss is a guy, but I like him. Okay. Weiss always used a robot voice, and he sounds like a dude in voice chat. Okay. Alright, look at that. We're at Pursuit Level 4. Waiting on one group to come back. You prefer Weiss because she's a waifu, Kappa? Well, some people are saying that is actually a guy. But either way, I just like the chill style of the channel. So I find Weiss relatable. I think that's it. Doryman's like, I guess I'll be a fortune teller now. Pretty much. Josh and Cotton from Rage Gaming are funny. Rage Gaming. Is that the one that always has the custom thumbnail? I've tried to watch that. I have trouble enjoying that.
Shepard streams live, but yeah? You guys are like the 4 horsemen of Monster Hunter on YouTube.
The 4 horsemen. Thanks, Kaberthan, if I said that correctly. Kaberthan? Alright, ready up. Tucker says, Gameconomist, do you know any dual blade builds? I know all the dual blade builds. Yes, I do. Is there any YouTuber you'd like to collab with for these Monster Hunter World streams? I would collab with Weiss, Joe Cat. I would collab with either Gaijin or Eric's, but I don't think their brand would actually go well with mine. That's the problem. So I don't know if they would be interested in that. And that's about it, to be honest. I'm actually very comfortable doing my streams by myself. You know who else I would probably do some live streams with? There's probably some speedrunners. Probably just hang out with them, and that's about it. Maybe speedrunners that have small channels and they need some more recognition. Something like that, probably. Yeah. Got Terra Boy on neck rope watch after TCS new video. What? What are you talking about? Alright, we'll grab this stone. We'll grab this wedge beetle. And we're going to beat up on the golden sheep now. What is she technically? She's got horns. Wait. Is she all the way back there? Oh no, what was I thinking? She's all the way back here. She's all the way back here. That was a mistake. Is that too far? That might be too far. Alright, we landed 3 of the shots. That's alright. Doryman says, I would like to play with you again, but I only have PC. Well, we need a PC stream, Doryman. We need a PC stream is what we need. I just wish you guys had more to do over on PC this week. It's really dry this week. Huh, will that actually work? I've never seen that before. Stealing it. Oh yeah, it actually does kind of hit her, but then it also gets rid of that wall. What happens if you get rid of this wall? Does she... Jumping over here. Come on, Cove. I see your message, Minx is suggesting that TCS compiled a speedrun chart, I guess, and found that the dual blades are not doing so hot when compared to the sword and shield. Huh, that's interesting. For some reason, I imagine that the dual blades did do well. Could it just be the players using the weapons, or is it strictly the weapon? Alright, well, let's go ahead and climb up here. Did I not eat? I think I skipped eating at the canteen. You do so little damage when you're not, when she's not red. It's just pitiful. Wallamunga says he has a team of 3 people. Somebody must have dropped out by accident or something. Yeah, she's mad. Some dude went alone, lol. Hunting horn was dead last for every single AT time. Alright, that's okay, that makes sense. Very interesting, by the way. Will you stream Iceborne again this Saturday? Oh, I'll probably be streaming again this... Yeah, I probably will be. Just because I've had a little break from it. I streamed it a lot the day that it was out, you know what I mean? After you do that, you gotta have a little break. I'm never adding another Capcom game if they don't add Mothra and Spiceborne. Did you hear that, Capcom? Oh, too early on the roll. Gold horn. Horn gold plating broken. Oh no, is he gonna interrupt me? Oh, no, nobody interrupted me. Nice. Giant horns chipped. Nice job, everyone. Oh, I don't want to get hit. Oh, I got hit. Do I have a Farcaster? I don't. So we should have more health than this, but I don't because I forgot to eat. Ooh, there's some fire. There goes the tail. We actually have Part Breaker now on our build, so we're doing much, much better. Not only do we have a stronger weapon, but we actually have the Part Breaker skill, and that's really important. Gameconomist, sucks that I can't join your PlayStation 4 session as your team, as you stream PlayStation 4 in the mornings and I have to work. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I misread that at first. Oh, am I gonna die? I died. Well, let's eat a meal, guys. How's it going, Jermaine Cloud? If I'm saying that right. Yeah, we need to eat. Hey, and we got Fortify. If we had eaten like we were supposed to, if we had eaten at the beginning, that wouldn't have happened. Alright, we're full health now. You can see it's a big improvement, actually. Gotta have that meal. And here we are. We're gonna grab this right here. Chill Shroom. My team needs me. She's still not red. I feel like I've seen this too many times where she won't turn red. We just can't get her. Let me focus on her chest. If I can. She's turning and moving so much. It's so annoying. I'm now targeting her chest. Jesus, that's gonna get me. Nope, it missed. Too early on the roll. Kulve Taroth the material. Yeah, we fought that whole section without her being enraged, and I feel like that's actually really bad. Duras says, slid on the hill? What? No sliding on the hill allowed. Can't see if she's coming forward. Yes, she is. Oops. I didn't mean to send the other guy flying. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking straight. That didn't break the arm, really. There it goes. Did we break enough parts? I'm worried we're not going to break enough parts. Woo, that's aimed at me. I feel like we could actually drop that boulder. Alright. She's down. Look at that, only dealing 100 damage because she's not red. You get terrible hit zone. Weakness exploit never procs. There it goes. That's broken. She's probably gonna shed. Yeah. Can we drop this second boulder? Oh, did somebody already drop it? You should have saved it for when she stood up. You could have gone for her tail. That's too bad. That's too bad. We're gonna have to sharpen. Oh no! Come on, man. How far is it gonna carry me? Have this whetstone real fast.
Good work, Vipers. Now get out there and show us how it's done.
Smack right in the butthole here. Oh, the last swing didn't hit. back away. I'm going for the tail. Really? Wow. Oh, that still hit me, huh? I did not think that was going to touch me. Alright, that's her fury. I guess we did break enough parts. That's good. Oh, Curtail's not going to stay in the way. Why did I bother with that move? That's such dumb. That wasn't very smart of me. Good job on that, guys, everyone. Just have to break the horns now. She's mounted. Just going to go over there. While the manga says, and my team double carded in stage 2. Ah, that sucks, man. I don't want to accidentally KO her. I don't think I will. I think I'm the only one causing KO right now. This will probably break her horns pretty easy right here. I saw the Gray Sword player use True Charge Slash the wrong direction. Look at that, 366 with no crit boost, and I don't even think weakness exploit proc there. It's already doing more damage than the other hammer by so much. It's crazy. There we go. Nice job, everyone. Easy cheese. I even died in that session. Luckily I had teammates who were not carding. Sorry about that, wall manga. I like to think that I have I like to think that it's okay for me to cart because I'm such a low level, but it's actually not okay. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of messages on Discord. Oh, we have a nice little audience going too, don't we? 450 people watching. Very cool. Are you guys happy I got the carves? Isn't that all you ever wanted, was the carves? I'm going undercover now. Running along. I hope they bring Extreme Behemoth back soon. I'm gonna do some Extreme Behemoth with you guys. Let's see what we get. Elementless again. Sprinter, there's for Marathon Runner, which we will never use, ever. I don't know, maybe we'll use it once or twice. Enraged Postman says, we can hear your Discord message notifications. Thank you, Enraged. I will go ahead and close Discord. That is a good thing to be aware of. Thank you very much. Alright, let's check these rewards. Oh, look at that. We got the 8 rewards. Awesome. And let's see what we got out of that. Spugold Cannon. Taroth Dagger's Poison. Taroth Arrow King. There's another Glutton. How many Gluttons am I going to get, man? Jesus. Kiar Axe Stream. That's actually kind of nice. Here's the Magma. Crusher. Crusher, yeah, Crusher's the good hunting horn from Kulve Taroth. Because basically this hunting horn, it's got the attack up large buff. It's basically the Deep Vero archetype. And it's is okay, especially if you're fighting a monster weak to blast. Kulve Taroth is not weak to blast. Oh, there's 2 more. What do we got? Oh, I got a second Taroth Hammer Sleep. I'm going to accept it so I can hold a Taroth Hammer Sleep in each hand. Kiara Blitz King. Not really important. We'll take it, though. 50 hours later, finally the Sleep Hammer. Oh, we're all getting the Sleep Hammer today. Look at that. Double Sleep Hammer time. When are you going to do the Behemoth carry runs on PC again? Getting sick of the Final Fantasy music. That's why you got to turn your music all the way down and play some sweet tunes in the background. That's a good question. Maybe we'll do Behemoth later. It took me 800 hours to get the Glutton. You get them like candy. Yeah, haven't I gotten 4 of them now? I think I've gotten 4 of them. You never know, though. It could take me forever to get the Ice Charge Blade. That's what I'm after. I'm after all of the most powerful Kulve Taroth weapons right now. I just picked up the Taroth Sleep Hammer. It's a really good one. Use it all the time. So that one's really good. We did get the Glutton. What else do we need? We need the Support Light Bowgun. We need nothing for the Great Swords. For the Long Swords, we need the Kiara Decay and we need the Taroth Fire. What do we need for Sword and Shield? Well, for Sword and Shield, all of the new Kiara weapons are good. Same with the Dual Blades. What else? We got Switch Axe and Charge Blade. I gotta get that Ice Charge Blade, man. Alright, this is our track run. We're going on our track run. Mink says, interesting thing too. TCS said Cluster was overrated, and it was Glutton that made the heavy bowgun so good. Glutton got a sub 3 on 18 erg, but only 2 other weapons got sub 5. Yeah, actually, I kind of knew that, Minx. It's kind of like this. The Cluster Heavy Bowgun is so good at getting speed runs easily. Does that make sense? It easily gets them. But when you're talking about top damage output, it's actually the Glutton that gets the top damage output. So I actually knew that from a long time ago, back when those guns first came out. There are exceptions too, so he's probably looking at all the weapons aggregately. The Glutton's not the best for every single fight. Some fights, the world record is still held by the cluster bombs, just because cluster bombs are so easy. A. Deraz says, I hear Summer Festival will return late June, or late July. Is that true? I do not know. I've not heard any word on a time for when the Summer Festival will return. When it does come out, I'm hoping that they do another developer update for Iceborne. So they probably want a little bit of a break from E3. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was late July, because that actually sounds about right. Capcom's very consistent about having something for us, waiting a few weeks, and then having a new thing for us. So it wouldn't really make sense for them to throw out new information about Iceborne directly after the E3 demo. I think they would probably wait a little longer. Can you speedrun Tempered Nergigante using a hammer? Are you asking me to do it live, or are you asking if it can be done? Because it can be done very, very easily. Yeah, Tempered Nergigante? We can do that easily, because he's just so easy to knock out. With the white spikes and the room that he's in, you could just do aerials the whole time and have him crowd controlled the entire time. He wouldn't even get a chance to attack. Cybera says Extreme Behemoth returns when Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth leaves. Oh, that's perfect then. We're definitely going to be doing Extreme Behemoth all next week then, because I'm going to help you guys get that Extreme Behemoth whatevers. I don't want to call them rewards. I guess you get the layered armor, the Draken layered armor set, and you get the title. I'm going to see how many people I can help with that. Grab this. I want the Gala suit. Yeah, the Gala suit. My friend has an overpowered Kiara Ice Charge Blade, and he said he'd share it with me because I got the Ice Charge Blade and I'm still waiting. Yeah, I saw that, Kale. Let's grab this real fast. Scattered Gold Chip. Extremith time, that's right. We'll be doing Extremith all next week then. You know, I never really made an Extremith guide. Maybe I should make my own Extremith guide. I'm thinking of making one that's real simple, easy to watch. I've tried all kinds of different formats for videos, like videos that last a half hour, videos that last 10 minutes. I think there is demand for videos that are shorter than 10 minutes and hold all of the most important information, just like there's a demand for videos that are like fully 30 minutes long. Gameconomist should do a troll stream versus randoms. Actually, oh, you mean for Extreme Behemoth? I wouldn't even need to do a troll stream. I'd probably die. Extreme Behemoth, he is a tough one. He is a tough one. You are more likely to die to him than anyone else, really. How's it going, Cristiano Ferro? He says, hey dude, glad I caught your stream. I'm glad you caught it as well. We got all kinds of streams today. Wedge Beetle. Claire goes, my last run failed. That sucks. Grab this large bear. Oh, and look at this sexy boy right here. You're mine now. Shiny gold helm crab, 120 points. You just get those points, you know? Well, I was wondering if that would reach. I guess it doesn't. Mining outcrop. Got that good fuchsia ore. Gotta have that fuchsia ore, man. Flame nut. Got the perish shrooms. And we're full on blue mushrooms. How's our item pouch look? Look at all those blue mushrooms. Look at that, we have 95 bombberry now. You know why we have so many bombberry is because we've been farming it up. You know, we come out here to fight Kulve Taroth. Every time we go, I collect a number of bombberries. People are like, how do you afford the bow guns? It's like, well, you do this. New member, Angel M. Awesome, thanks, man. I want to see if it pops up on the screen, actually, because it should pop up on the screen. Thanks for joining, Angel. We'll see if the whole shuckle thing pops up on the screen in a minute here. There is a delay. Hey, there it goes. Very sweet. Now I know when people become a member, you get the little shuckle animation as well. I should do a different one if you become a member. Also, by the way, I was thinking, I finally had an idea for the progression, the loyalty badges you get. I was thinking of doing like a Pokemon egg, and then basically it's like a shuckle hatching from the egg. What do you guys think? I don't know why, I like shuckle. That's about it. Thanks, Angel M. Brandon Tang says someone is AFK in session and head. Let's check that player list. Sean and Beast. You can't be AFK, guys. Just so you know, you can't be AFK. We don't let you be AFK. Vivid Spirit says, Gameconomist a Pokemon fan? I think everyone's kind of a Pokemon fan. I haven't played many of the games lately because it's pretty much the same game for children processed over and over again. I'm a little bit of a critic of their latest games. I know all the stuff about like the what are they, oh, I can't even remember it anymore. I was into all the really complex IV stuff, right? God, I can't remember their names anymore. Yeah, I was into all that complicated stuff when I was playing. I stopped around X and Y. That's when I stopped playing Pokemon. It's just because it wasn't enough for adults anymore, and I was too old. But I still enjoy the old, you know, I still enjoy Pokemon. I just don't play anymore. Come on. I guess nothing's gonna pop out of there. Is Shuckle the reason you like defense skills so much? Sure. No, I just think he's a goofy character. That's why I like him. He's just a goofy character. What I mean is he's the most powerful Pokemon in the game. He's asking if that's why I like defensive skills so much, because with Shuckle you're supposed to be playing like a defense tank build where you poison your opponent, or you don't just poison them, you might be using a variety of moves that cause damage over time to your opponent, like stealth rocks, right? And then with your Shuckle, you're just supposed to outlast the opponent. Unless you use Trick Room, or something like that, or Baton Pass, then you're gonna kick their butt as if Shuckle was a sweeper, right? That's the idea with those setups. He is such an interesting character. I'm glad that he's still in the game. I'm especially glad that he still has no evolution. I actually like that about him. Rune Christensen says, did you have a job before YouTube? Yes, I had a nice job before YouTube. I was working for the IT department of a bank, for those of you who didn't know. Actually, I wasn't directly working for them. I was on contract for them. And I was actually working for an IT company called Tech System. And Tech System, what they do is they hand out contracts to you to work for various different businesses. So that was the last job I held before I started doing YouTube full time. And to this day, I actually get emails in my email inbox from companies that want to hire me for like software development. So I still get emails probably about once a month. It's not as often as it used to be. I get about once a month emails asking if I want to do software engineer. Gorilla's like, Shuckle chooses to not have an evolution to give the mortals a chance. How kind of him. Alright, this is the loadout we're supposed to be using. Here we go. Also, we need to craft more Mega Barrel Bombs. Here it is. Wait, oh, I'm crafting from my... Hold on. There we go. There we go. Alright. Time for an attack run. You guys ready for this? Time to go. Good Player asks, for how long are you going to be streaming? That's a great question. I usually have my streams be about 2 hours at a time, just because I don't really believe many people will watch an entire 2-hour stream later. So I usually go about 2 hours at a time, and then I'll take a break, I'll stretch, I'll walk, and try to start up a fresh stream of something else. So a little variety, you know what I mean? Cristiano Ferro says, I'm starting software consulting next July. You know, I actually thought about that job before I went for software engineer. Hey, thanks, Angel M. He says, what's the session ID? The session ID can be found in the description of my video. Also, Angel M, if you would prefer to use the, if you would prefer that to have that Shuckle pop up on the screen like it did when you joined, you're always able to cause that Shuckle to pop up using the Streamlabs tip link in the description of the video as well. Somebody who finds emojis Roblox did says, I had a shiny Aggron, but I don't have the phone with the emulator. Poke Emerald is better than, what is he saying? Foam Knife? Wallamanga says, you'd be surprised by how much of your content we can watch. Well, here's the deal, Walmanga. I know there's probably some people who do watch a fair chunk of the stream afterwards. However, I don't think the majority of my subscribers really do watch that whole stream. So having like a 4-hour stream, it doesn't really make that much sense to me. unless I had like an editor to go into the stream later and to chop up all of the content into smaller pieces that I could post directly to my channel later. So I don't have that though, and that's why I just kind of do 2-hour segments right now. I am thinking about the best format though. I've been thinking a lot about that. We're on an attack run now, right? We're on attack run. This is attack run time. Please drop. There it goes. Oof, we got her. We got him, boys. Did you check to see if those same 2 players are AFK? We will have to check. Booting AFK players will be our new sport. That'll be the new game, where they get voted off the island. Alright, let's get this going. I love this position she's in because you get, look at that. Look at that. Exactly because of that, because you get to shoot right down into her face. That didn't sound right. Did you get HR 50 already, or 49? We should be working our way to 49 right now. Should we go for 4? We're going for 4. We got it. Look at that. Giant horns chipped. That is ideal. Our hunter rank is 44 right now. Angel's sad. Session full. Angel, let's see if anyone's AFK. I see Dima and Imdabes. They're not the same people. Oh, well, Sean's the same person. Sean's still AFK. He is out. Sorry, Sean. You can't be AFK in my session. We will start checking for AFK players. You can't be AFK if you're on a live stream. You know, there's people waiting to join, so you can't be going AFK. You've got to actually be playing. You can't stop and go have dinner, or whatever you're doing. You know, you might have something pop up, like maybe your dog needs to go for a walk or something. You know, if it's going to be for like 5 minutes, I probably won't care. Like, you'll notice I didn't actually kick Sean the first time that we saw that he was AFK. Oh, nice. But if you're going to be gone for like a while, you need to get the boots, boy. You get booted. Look at all this damage. Oh, how did that last part miss? Alright. She's gonna pop up over here next. What? I didn't know you could jump up here. Oh, but you can't grab that next beetle, huh? Maybe you can. Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth runs for 2 weeks, then Extreme Behemoth returns. Oh, okay. Well, we got lots of time to farm Kulve Taroth then. Sweet. We got at least another full week left. This bug, man, this bug wants on my face so bad. Being AFK. Maybe they're in the bathroom taking a fat one. There goes the arm. I don't want to offend anyone. That's the other thing. Like, I don't want Sean to come back like 2 seconds later and be like, he booted me. But it is a live stream, everyone. So if you need to be gone for like 20 minutes, then guess what? There's like 5 people at least waiting for a turn to play. I don't really have any excuses for you to be gone for 20 minutes. I don't think that's fair to all the people who are just sitting here wanting to have a turn. It's not really fair for you to go take like a 20-minute break while they're here waiting for a turn, you know what I mean? So I think that's fair. Can we get an F for Sean? Who else is AFK? Anyone? Kenshim Himura. But maybe he will be in a quest later. I don't want to be booting people left and right. That would make me feel bad. Look at this little dance me and Asuna are doing. Oh, now there's 3 of us. That makes it even better. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, smack him in the horns. Breaking news. Gameconomist attacked by 20-meter moth. It's the only way Sean will learn that his actions have consequences. When will you learn? You frickin' fricks. Come on, Cole. Just get mad. It is actually kind of tricky dodging that roar. You really do have to time it appropriately. but the animations in Monster Hunter World tend to be a lot better than the animations in Monster Hunter GU for being able to dodge that roar. Like, it's more distinct when the roar is going to come out based on the motion of the monster's body. In GU, it's just kind of like, alright, they've kind of moved a little bit, and now they're roaring. And the timing for to dodge the roar is still just as precise. How is she not red? Somebody explain that part to me. Monster Fodder says, you get to stir the pot, boot people randomly. No, I couldn't do that. That would be really awful. I would feel bad about that, especially because you're going to have somebody out there who's been waiting like 3 days to play, and he finally got in, and he desperately needs help, and then I'm going to boot him for a quick laugh, and he's going to be like, well, screw this. He's going to have depression. What's she doing next? Alligator roll. Hey, Gameconomist, does it matter where you land the mounting damage? This is a great question, Cristiano. I've been told that you have to land it above her tail. So if you land it on her tail, I've been told it does not actually contribute toward a mount. You actually have to land it where you can, like up on her chest and her head. Now, I can't confirm that 100% to be true. However, in my experience, I've never gotten a mount after hitting her in the tail. So for now, I'm just assuming it's true, but I've never personally tested it. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ah! See, you get time to sheath your weapon and to dive evade it. You gotta dive evade that. How could someone audition for an editor job? Great question, Lonely Turnip. I have 4 guys who are currently, they're trying to edit a very small 4-minute clip for me, and they're going to submit that as kind of like an audition. And the thing is, it's been 3 days and none of them have returned the clip. It's not even a complicated one. All they have to do is copy one of my videos for about 4 minutes, and I hand them the audio file in order for them to copy me. So they haven't returned the clip yet, which to me says they're either having trouble, or maybe they're only semi-interested, or maybe they're just too busy. That could be it as well. So I am actually open to other people also having a shot to edit this clip. It's my, you know, the item loadout video? Basically, all you're doing is you're going to be given an audio file of me talking. It's the actual item loadout audio file, and you're asked to recreate the first 4 minutes of the video minus the introduction. You don't have to do the introduction, just the first 4 minutes after the introduction, and yeah, and that's it. So anyone who wants to try and be an editor for me, it is an actual job. I will be paying for people to edit clips for me. It's paid not hourly or anything like that. Obviously, it's not salaried, but it is paid by the job. So if you want to be able to like earn some cash working on specific jobs, I am looking to hire an editor. For those of you who are curious, I've mostly kept it within the Discord that I haven't told anyone in the public or anything. God, I missed that first shot and it caused me to miss the whole thing. It's really sad. Let's get her to the back. We really don't need all 3. I've learned over time you don't need all 3 boulders. Just getting 1 boulder or 2 boulders is usually enough. So let's get these other boulders on her. Yes, sirree, I am looking for an editor. For those of you who are like, how much does it pay? Certain types of videos could actually pay about $120. If you could edit that video, it's about 20 minutes long. And if you could just edit it to roughly the same quality I would edit it to, I would pay about $120 per video. And then there's easier videos to edit that would pay less, basically. So it just depends on how complicated the job is. And my goal is to be able to provide these live streams and play with you guys, but also to be able to get my guides out. So the guides will still technically be written by me. It'll still be me talking. I just would like to hire somebody to do the visual side of it, where you match the content to the audio. That's what I'm looking for. And that's a very time-consuming job, which is why I'm looking to pay somebody to do it. Oh, there she goes. She's mad. Would you have to record your own gameplay footage? Yes. So Lonely Turnip, one of the problems we ran into when people did apply to do this is they realized they would need a capture card in order to record that gameplay footage. So that is required. You would have to have a capture card. My capture card cost me, it was like $100 mine, but I bought it off of eBay. So you would need a capture card in order to do this. And then what you would need to be able to do is, so let's say in the item loadout video, one of the things I show you is like me eating demon drug, demon powder, and mice seed. So you would have to go into the game and capture the same clip. You would have to capture a clip of yourself eating demon drug, mice seed, and demon powder in order to demonstrate to the viewer how to eat those things. So that is an example of what you would do as an editor. It's what I do when I make the videos. It's a visual learning. So people understand what's going on because they see you do it. Now, if it was something real complicated, like maybe the counter, I do like the counter build videos, and you have to do something like defeat Arch-Tempered Nergigante in 10 minutes or 13 minutes, I wouldn't ask you to gather that footage. I could still do it on my own. You would be free to do it if you want to. I'd probably pay you better if you could get that footage on your own. But very likely the counter build footage, that would still be a video that I would create and edit myself personally. But something like the item loadout video, that's a guide where actually the most important part of the video is just the information side of the video. It's not based on like how skilled you are as a player, but what do you know. So all you guys would be doing is accepting the audio file of all the things I know in the game, and you would be matching video footage to those things. Nice. Now we get to put more barrel bombs down. See, because it didn't wake her up. So we got, what was that, like 900 plus whatever I did. Just got breaker horns easy. Renell says, I wish we can see you on screen. All right, guys, I'm activating my laptop camera. I'd sit on your blank blank Oni-chan. Oni-chan. Oh my god. Oh, she's paralyzed. Good job. Who's doing that? The bow user's doing that, no doubt. Kale? Kali? How do you say your name? The bow is still one of the most meta weapons that you can craft. He's probably using Legiana bow. Is that Kali? Let's see Kali's build real fast for fun. First, we gotta get control of our screen back. Just somebody says, what's the matter, Oni-chan? Alright, hold on. God, man, that is a long screen. I wish we could cancel that. So I want to show you guys this because this is an important build. Spec equipment. This is, oh, he's using Kiar bow stream. So is that must be capable of replacing the Legiana bow. But the thing is, you could still use the Legiana bow. His build is going to look very different from a Legiana bow setup because he doesn't need crit element. Crit element comes with the weapon because it's a Kiar weapon. But you can see he's got a little bit of slugger he managed to fit in there. He's got paralysis functionality, which is really important. Because what he's doing is it comes with the sleep ammo, and he's bringing the paralysis ammo. So he gets a sleep, he gets a paralysis, and then he uses the arc shot on the bow in order to cause a KO as well, or at least to help with the KO. So this is a build for the bows that they can use in stage 4 of the Kulve Taroth fight to basically do all of the crowd control. There's a similar heavy bowgun build with the, what's the name of that weapon? Magdagometis? You guys have heard of the Magdagometis, right? That's the Zora Magdaros heavy bowgun, and it comes with paralysis ammo, sleep ammo, and sticky ammo, and you do exactly the same thing. You shoot off all of your crowd control ammos to be the crowd control guy for stage 4 of the fight. I should probably do that sometime to demonstrate it. Maybe I'll do a live stream where I show it off. Legiana says, I'm sorry, Legiana. Cybera says, Kiar bow stream technically is a Legiana bow, is based on Legiana and an ice bow. Right, okay, so it's from the same archetype is what you're saying. Cool. Oh, and I didn't look at my decorations. I'm keeping my eyes open for whether or not I get a crit boost decoration. We really want that. Nazo Lahin, I don't know if I said your name right. He says, first time seeing your live video. I've been following your guides since Monster Hunter World was released on PC. Oh, well, thank you, man. Glad you're here. Oh, right. We're supposed to look at our... We're here for the rewards. Let's see what we got. All right. Did it say that she was at Pursuit 5? This makes me think that somebody lost their round and had to re-go. Mud Gold Exploder, that's White 3. We don't want that. Taroth Glaive Sleep, huh? No, we're not going to take that. Taroth Glaive Flash, we don't need that. Crusher, Taroth Spew King, Taroth Horn. Taroth Buster Sleep. Oh, we don't own one of these. Okay, we'll take that. Here we go. Kiara Bust Stream. We'll take it anyways. Taroth Sword Mire. We'll sell the rest. I'm just happy that we got the Sleep Hammer. Honestly, I feel like I'm done basically. Like I got everything I came here for. Put that all away. And let's get the next Pursuit 1 going. Kulve Taroth Siege. Claire says he got, is it he or she? Got the Kiara Thunder Lance. Sweet. And we will go with the Chef's Choice Platter for this item collection run. Because it gives you bonus stamina. That's the main reason. Shifting around in my chair here to get more comfortable. I got an office chair here. I got a real fancy one. Angel M says, how many people do you have in the lobby? It's probably full. If you're asking that question, it's probably full, Angel. The Cove lobbies are pretty popular. Taroth Buster Sleep is one of the better gun lances. That's true. That is true. Jacoba says he is full and that he can't join. I'm sorry to hear that. My rules for people who are joining the lobby, I don't discriminate against anyone. I just I keep the lobby open to anyone. I think that's fair, and it's a kind of a first come first serve situation. I think that's fair for everyone. I try to stay fair. I gotta sneeze. On a scale of 1 to yes, how was your day? Very sneezy. I actually just sneezed my brains out right now.
There it is. At last. Reminds me of that time.
Alright, we'll jump over here. We got the Taroth Hammer Sleep. It's all over now, guys. We can take on literally every monster in the game with this weapon. Easy cheese. Of course, we could have built the Diablo's Hammer as well, but Taroth Hammer Sleep has built-in white sharpness, which I don't have a handicraft charm, and I definitely don't have handicraft decorations. So it's actually better than the Diablo's Hammer for players who are poor. If you can have the Taroth Hammer Sleep, you're actually in better shape. Because we got that white sharpness. Let's grab this Devil's Blight. Why don't we farm this real fast? Ta-da! Fire Cell Stone. We'll grab this hoodie. Devil's Blight. More honey. Is this a bug? I thought I saw a bug over there. Maybe not. Must be just my brain making things up. Devil's Blight again. See, you get 2 Devil's Blight from there, and that actually pays for your Mega Barrel Bombs. Lonely Turnip says, could I use PC Monster Hunter World footage for editing? It would make only certain videos possible. That's exactly the problem, Lonely Turnip. So I had another guy ask me the same thing. He was like, well, I'm on PC. Would that be a problem? For some videos, it won't be a problem, but for Monster Hunter Iceborne videos, it will be a very big problem because you guys aren't getting the game till December. So there is that limitation, unfortunately. I thought about maybe having 2 editors in the case of a player who's got the PC, and maybe asking him to do nothing but edit the live streams down into smaller videos. I thought about that. Did somebody drop that? Oh, somebody dropped it early. Cole's like, Alright, check the player list real fast. Kenshin Himura is... It looks like he's AFK still. Forgive me. Was Kenshin AFK the last time I checked? We'll check on Kenshin the next time we return. If he doesn't join, we will booty butt him. He's out of here. Ted asks, are the lobbies noob friendly? I would say that the lobbies are very noob friendly. I do not discriminate against players based on what gear they already have. So if you are a very low level player, you are welcome to join, and people are not allowed to beat up on you just for being a noob. Although I recommend watching the streams and watching the guys so that you're at least a knowledgeable noob. You don't want to be holding your team back. If you hold your team back, they don't get good rewards either. So you miss out on the rewards and they miss out on rewards. So if you're a noob and you join, you gotta be a well-informed noob so that you don't hold your team back. Basically, just don't die. Large barrel bomb. Fire herbs. Well-informed noob. Sounds like it could be like a rock band name for video gamers. Scattered gold chip. Antonio says he was AFK. Keck his butt. Oh, that's beast. Nope, look at that. Kenshin's right there. He's in a quest, guys. So it gave you the impression that he was AFK, because here's probably what happened. Both times that I checked up on him, he happened to not be in a quest at that moment. So it can give you the false impression that he's actually AFK. So we gotta be careful with that, guys. I don't want to just boot people. Like I said, I don't want to just boot people. That would be mean. We really have to know that they're AFK. I have Monster Hunter World on PlayStation 4 and would like to audition, but I don't have a capture card. If I got the job doing the loadout video 10, I would of course buy a capture card. Yeah, that's the kind of like the catch-22, if that's the right term. That's the problem. If you're not going to get the job, of course you're not going to want the capture card. If you do get the job, then you don't mind the capture card. That's the trouble. There might be other methods for capturing the video game footage. So for example, the item loadout, I'm pretty sure you can get all of that footage on your PC version of the game, and you should be able to record easily on your PC, right? There's all kinds of methods for that. So yeah, what you can do if you would like a chance to try out to be an editor for me, if you will contact me on Discord, it's very easy to contact me on Discord. All you gotta do is join the server, look my name up, and then send me a message, a private message. Tell me who you were, and I will give you everything you need to get started on editing that 4-minute clip, and then we'll see how you do, and I will let you know. Yeah, now I'm very much interested in getting an editor for my channel at this point. Yeah, very interested. Will Gameconomist ever change his armor? The world may never know. Well, it depends. It depends on if I get... I guess it depends on if I get the correct decorations saved up. So when I have the correct decorations, I'll definitely change armor. But the thing going on here is I'm getting 3 levels of weakness exploit from the Witcher set. I'm also getting some crit eye, and I'm getting 4 levels of attack. Well, I'm getting 2 free levels of attack boost, and I'm reaching attack boost 4. So when the Draken armor surpasses that, I'll probably jump over to the Draken armor. I'm also enjoying the super recovery. You have to realize that as well. So as a poor player, super recovery means I don't have to eat as much to get my health back, because I don't have augmentations on my weapons yet. We're at Hunter rank 45 now. Sweet! By the way, how long has this stream been going? Oh, cool. Okay, not too long. Running over here. Scattered gold chip. Sleep herb time. Scattered gold chip again. Sonic makes the best corn dogs. Change my mind. What? I don't know if I agree with that. Nothing really says, what makes Cole's coat break entirely? Break all her parts, or just break that you didn't break yet? Oh, okay, so his question is, how do you get Kulve Taroth to shed her mantle? You have to reach certain conditions. I believe to get the enragement in stage 4, you need to break her parts 15 times. Any combination of any parts 15 times. If you want her to shed, you need to strip all of the parts off of her body in one blow, so before she digs, or you need to do a certain amount of damage, one or the other. You can actually run into a problem where you deal too much damage to her, or you strip her too quickly and she doesn't actually enrage. You can run into that problem, I've seen it. So you got to make sure that you're breaking her parts fast enough. I always tell players, focus on breaking each of the parts, because generally what happens is those parts do take a little bit of damage, a little bit of splash damage as she's playing. So usually if you rotate through all of her parts, you will get through them more efficiently than if you focused on one part of her body over and over again. Angel's like, I give up in joining. Angel, yeah, man, that sucks, man. I wish I had more room, actually. What is this? Spetty says, I'm so scared of the last phase. I'm getting almost always one-hitted there. Are you talking about the last phase of Kulve Taroth? The trick is to just kind of be relaxed. That's how I do it. I stay relaxed. And try to understand her moves as well as you can. Do you think the Clutch Claw will work on Kulve after the Iceborne update? Probably. That's a great question. I thought about that myself. Oops. Not what I wanted. We got one more group waiting to come back. They might push it to 5 when they return. They probably will push it to 5 when they return. The Fury of El Dorado. Alright, we'll go ahead and eat a meal. I need to like stand up and stretch, honestly. What do you think about breaking her golden horn plating before pursuit level 4? Before pursuit level 4. So you're talking about breaking the gold horn plating at pursuit 1? I don't really see what the point of doing that would be. Is it to try and get the pursuit level up to like pursuit level 5 and 6? The thing is, you don't really need to do that. She's already pretty easy.
There it is, at last. Reminds me of that time. Now get out there.
Oh, I'm back. Whoa. That's a lot of barrel bombs. Oh, she's getting wrecked. Easy damage, everyone. That brings us up to 4. Alright. I don't think any of that was horn damage, unfortunately. Gameconomist had to poop? Nah. That's not it. Oh. So because she's going this direction, we actually will break this wall. Gameconomist, you should check that attack run parties don't get 2 runs in a row. Okay, I will do that. Ooh, please drop that. Nice job. Yeah, guys, you're supposed to let players have a turn before you go on another attack run. I took too long releasing these barrels. They missed most of them. That sucked. We got Godbug. We got Large Barrel. We got Fire Herbs. Ta-da! Fire Cell Stone. I met quite a few people who will drop 3 boulders on Kulve during sniff runs. Do you get extra attack points without making her stay in the second area? What are your thoughts on this? I teach people not to do it. Yeah, because I feel like it's easiest to just have a very simple, easy to follow rule, such as don't attack her. And my other belief is that, oh really? See, she's not red anymore. My other belief is that you actually deal plenty of damage to her even without dropping those boulders, or not damage. You reach a comfortable pursuit level 4 even without dropping those barrels on her. I can't talk right now. You reach a comfortable pursuit level 4 even without dropping those boulders on her. There we go. A complete sentence, guys. Can you believe it? Look, if you get it full swing, you do like this thing with your legs. Alright. The poop stream is for Ultra Patreon supporters. Support my Patreon for my lewdest photos. My naughtiest photos. Gameconomist, the Monster Hunter thought. Ooh. See, we're just not dealing any damage. There we go. That still hit me. That sucks. She gonna dig. Cornboy says, there was a streamer who live streamed him and his girlfriend sleeping. Every donation had the ability to play whenever audio they wanted, and they were woken up the entire night. Probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. I have no idea what you guys are talking about now. Oh, she's out of here. I kind of expected her to move into me. I don't know why. She's such a large monster. Lonely Turnip says, I shot you a message on Discord regarding editing. Would you also be interested in doing stream highlight videos? I am, but I don't quite know how to get actual good stream highlights or what they're worth. So one of the nice things about the other types of videos, like the guide videos, is I know how much work goes into them and what I should pay for them because of how many hours of work it is. But with editing videos, I don't actually know how much work that is, and I don't even know like what their value is as a video. Do they draw on subscribers, or say I have no clue. So that's kind of a new area that I've never really experimented with yet. I suspect they won't do well though. Yeah, my suspicion is that the stream edits would probably not do too well. They're too gameplay based, that's why they're too gameplay based. Maybe if this was a PvP game it would work. Oh, she shed right away. So close, so far away. That's too bad. They made the donations blaring on the stereo, my guy. Oh, I see. Right, we are running down here. Time to beat the heck out of her. Let's get this good bandit mantle on. You all know you want to use bandit mantle versus Kulve. Ah, I can't believe that missed. Oh. Dude, she's attacking quickly. Oh, I can't believe that just hit me. Oh, she's going to sleep. That's a large barrel bomb. What did I just eat? I didn't realize I ate something. Oh no! Player's like, I'm getting the wake up. Whew. Tail broken, nice job on that. One of the nice things about playing Hammer is you also contribute to KO damage. Hammers have a nice amount of KO. Big bang time. Look at this damage. Do we get a crit? I don't think that was a crit. That was 314 damage. No crit. Think about how much damage the crit would be then. Forgot she had to do that. How's it going, Elias Moran? Waiting for that fire to die down. Hey, thanks, Toop. Thanks for that donation. Silent Schwolfie says, Gameconomist forgot about the tail break being needed. I didn't forget. Usually the best time to go for the tail break, by the way, if you guys didn't know this. So, Kulve Taroth has to enrage, and when she enrages, you just run behind her and attack her tail at that point. Kulve Taroth, giant horn. Wow, what a giant horn. I really feel like this horn is giant. Sweet. We got a glimmering scale, huh? Did we get any other? I don't think we got any others. From our OP bandit mantle. Toop says, YouTube Premium gives me free super chats, and I know for a fact I'll never use them otherwise, so there you go. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've had a few people mention that to me. They're like, you get my free super chats. Super chat time. Let's see what we get from the rewards. Defense. Defense jewel was all I ever wanted. Get that good defense jewel. I wonder if maybe I stood up in between sessions, or not sessions, if I stood up in between runs, that would be healthier. 2 hours of straight sitting. I just don't think that's very healthy. The Impatient Gamer. Thanks, man. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Obtain rewards. What do we got? What do we got? Crusher, Horn, Drifter. I think we already collected the Horn, did we not? Oh wait, these are Taroth Dagger's Horn. Claw. Thief. Kiara Axe Water. Yes, please. Taroth Hammer Sleep. Wow, my third Taroth Hammer Sleep this stream. This game really wants me to have Taroth Hammer Sleep. That's a little ridiculous. Do we have this one already? Taroth Sword Fire. We got it, guys. We're good. Look at that. Right there. We are good. Kiara Buster Bomber. Hey, there's the Buster Bomber as well. We needed that. Buster Bomber time. Sell the rest. We got some good weapons this run. Look at his Palico name. Alright. Alright. No more of that. That's not good. So where is our new longsword? Time to trip our teammates. Can you believe all we have is this defense charm? That's all we have. I would make a crit boost charm, but crit boost charm only takes you to level 1 crit boost, so it's not worth it. We got that Kiara Buster Bomber. I'm actually a big fan of that gun lance. Did you know that? Kiara Buster Bomber? It's awesome. You get a lot of extra blast. It has a huge blue sharpness bar. And yeah, just great attack stats in general. Really a good option. Go ahead and have... How much does this cost? 300Z, huh? I think we could run without it for these Pursuit 1 runs. Because we're poor right now. We're trying to save up. So we don't actually need it. So what I'm going to do... Well, we'll wait for people. I'm going to actually mute my mic and I'm going to stand up and stretch. Wow, that feels so much better. If you like sit still for too long, your body just gets like stiff, man. It gets really stiff. I should have like an activity to do, like a physical activity to do between games. I'm ready if you guys are ready. This is just our track run. Bye, Felicia. What? What are you guys talking about? Bye, Felicia. Oops, we'll empty these. Here we go, killing again. While Amania says, I'll probably watch the stream while waiting for people to get the siege level up after a run. Cool. Do push-ups between runs. It's actually not a bad idea, Silent Wolfie. Like, I need to get some blood flow in my body. Monster Fodder says, are you going to stream again later tonight on the X-Bone? I think that should be the goal, is to get a run on each console each day. That would be actually a really clever idea. Grab this beetle. Boop. Oh, right. We're not attacking her. Here we go. Bondberry, Blast Nut, Mandragora, Dragon Strike Nut, and Honey. You know I just like to say that over and over, right? That's all it is. Here's that Mandragora. Whew, we love Mandragoras, don't we? Adamant Seed, Devil's Blight. Yeah, if we could put some skills in our set to increase the number of Devil's Blight and Mandragora we get, that would be great. Get this mining outcrop real fast. And the mining outcrops, when you mine these same ores over and over again, later what you do is you sell them, and this helps you afford all of your, because you're going to need to do a lot of augments. I got to augment the Taroth Sleep Hammer, for example. Probably going to be the first weapon I augment. I'll probably augment this Fire Sword as well. I'll probably augment both of these. So those are going to be real expensive to augment, as well as the armor. And having a lot of spare money is going to be useful. We're going to get that money by selling off the things that we mined. Those, you know, you only need so many of them. They're very easy to gain back if you ever need them. Like if you ever need Fuchsium ore, you're going to get Fuchsium ore easily. So you can come back here and mine it if you need to. And in the meantime, you can sell it to get money for your augments. So that's really, really a very good strategy. Like, look, this right here, they're all over the place. Golden chunk, how much do you think golden chunks sell for? Like 500 probably. So if you're poor like I am in this game because you're a new player, you can sell those off and you'll be very good. We are just gathering everything, man. Look at that. We got 6 fire herbs now. So what do you guys want to talk about today? We should talk about something for fun. We've been talking about the game for a while. We should talk about something for fun. Grab this nitro shroom. Grab this blue mushroom. Grab the scattered gold chip. And we'll do this mining outcrop. There we go. Golden fragments and golden chunks. Too bad the hunting horn is still doo-doo poo-poo. What is he talking about? Is he talking about hunting horn and Iceborne? I've been told by some hunting horn pros that the hunting horn could possibly be a mid-tier speedrun weapon now because of all the buffs it's received. Like, it's probably still not going to be the fastest weapon, but it's going to be up there actually. I've heard that. We'll have to see, of course. We don't actually know yet. Raynor's like, politics. Always something going on in politics. Lots of outrage. Oh! Getting smacked by the little dude. Kulve Taroth scattered gold chip. Wait, did I collect it? I collected it, right? Yeah, I collected it. Going crazy here. Let's talk about legislative action versus microtransactions. That's a pretty important subject. It's also a very much a video game related subject. I'm in favor of legislation that says little kids cannot buy microtransactions. I think that I think probably what video game companies should have to do is raise the price of their games up to $80 per game as a standard. Currently, we do $60 per game, but think about how long the cost of a game has been $60. It's been feels like 10 years, man. The cost of video games has been static at $60 per game, even though we know there's been tons of inflation, and the more complex graphics and the more demanding games, of course, are more expensive than ever to pay for, or to fund for the developers, right? So the companies have to spend a lot of money to make these games. And I would say we should just change the standard to $40 per AAA title and outlaw microtransactions for little kids. You could still have microtransactions if mom and dad agree to it, and you can still have microtransactions if, you're an 18-year-old and you've got a credit card and you want to spend your money. I think that's pretty common sense. I don't think too many people would disagree with that. Ultimately, if people don't want microtransactions, they won't buy them. You know what I mean? But I think it technically is gambling. I mean, it has all of the features of gambling, right? And especially that's concerning for little kids. Not adults, but little kids. While Among Us says, let's raise the game price, and then he goes, nah. Well, the thing is, like I said, the cost of developing games has gone up, and the inflation of the dollar has of all currencies, has gone up over time. So it doesn't make sense that video games only cost $60 per game. What's really going on is these game companies are making up the difference of the change in inflation and everything. They're making up for it by selling you a ton of DLC and by selling you microtransactions. And the reason they can't raise the price of video games is because their competitor won't raise the price of video games. Game Addict says, back in the day, weren't games like $100? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. I thought video games were like $30, and then they went up to $40, and eventually they were $60, and that was like a standard. Rainer, thanks, man. He says, Kulve is a nice gal. She's a lady when in gown, and a crazy girl when disrobed. Hashtag male fantasy. A freak. What can you say about Switch Axe? It's a great weapon. I will cut your tail. Yeah, the reason you get a lot of microtransactions and DLC in your video games is because it's so expensive to develop the game that video game developers have to figure out how to get more money per individual after selling that copy of the game to that individual. If you think about it, even Monster Hunter has microtransactions in it. They're not gamble microtransactions. They're not like loot boxes, but they allow you to buy outfits for the handler. How much money do you think they made on those outfits? Probably a fair amount. I mean, this was a really well-selling game. Not only could they have had outfits for the handler, they probably could have sold a bunch of layered armors and made money that way. And that's kind of what they've opened up with Iceborne. Think about Iceborne. Not only do they have special layered armor for pre-orders, but you get the Silver Knight outfit if you did the deluxe version, and I bought the deluxe version just for that one layered armor because it's so good looking. So, Capcom's participating in it as well. Now Capcom's game isn't $60, it's $70. See what I'm saying? So everyone's kind of doing these DLCs and these microtransactions, but that's because the price of developing a game has gone up and inflation has gone up, but the price of a video game has remained the same, which doesn't make any sense. How are these video game companies making any money? And I don't want to damage video game companies. I think a lot of people have a lot of ill will toward video game companies, but think about it, guys. They offer a career for guys just like me and you who really love video gaming. And as much as you can't stand a company like EA, sometimes EA is going to publish a video game that's really a terrific video game. So I don't hate the companies. I just think that there is a legitimate argument that says little kids shouldn't gamble. That's it. Nothing really says microtransaction to remove the hand. What if they had that? What if you could actually trade the handler out with the totally different character, but you had to pay like 20 bucks for it? I wonder how many people would pay for that. Excuse me a moment. There we go. According to IGN, games in the 90s were about $60 to $89. Wow, okay. Well, see, that makes sense too, though. And the idea that video games today actually cost less than that, it just doesn't make any sense. How the game company is going to afford that? So I want video game companies to do well, but I want them to earn that money. You know, I want them to deserve that money. And using gambling as a method to earn money is always kind of looked down as, I mean, gambling's not really about art, is it? When you buy a video game, you're buying an experience and you're buying art. Isn't that right? When you buy like a handler outfit, the handler outfit's basically art. That's what you're buying. When you're buying a loot box, what you're really doing is you're playing a gambling game, and people get addicted to gambling. This is very well known. I mean, we've had gambling since before biblical times. Gambling's an old problem that people get addicted to. And this idea that video game companies can now become fabulously wealthy selling gambling to little kids, it's kind of like if we could sell alcohol to kids, right? So to me, it's kind of an open and shut kind of case. Wait, did I say that right? Open closed case is a very obvious case of selling gambling to children. It should be legal under certain conditions, like you got to be 18. If you want to buy a microtransaction, you got to have your parent help you. It shouldn't be something little kids can do really easily. Have you put on Elementalist? I have, actually. Oh, I have Slugger on. I don't need that. Actually, is Elementalist on? Well, let me double check. Hold on. Oh, I haven't, because it was on the hammer. Thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you, thank you. I just assumed it was on. So here is my Elementalist. Also, I don't need KO, and I don't need Brace. So let's see what else we could put on. Do I have a... No, I do not. Here's Bomber. That's nice. Bomber's nice for what we're doing. Well, not really anything else. That's about it. Alright, we're pursuit level 5. Very good, everyone. Let's go ahead and get an attack run started. Microtransactions. Yeah, the company makes a bunch of money on these microtransactions, but they also damage their brand, in my opinion. Companies that abuse microtransactions, I feel like a lot of gamers have really reached the point where they've kind of woken up to it, and they're like, what are you doing to me, man? You're ripping me off. I think, actually, I used to be a hardcore Destiny 2 player. I played it as much as I play this game right now. I just played it all day. And now I won't even touch the game because of what they did to the game with microtransactions, and I'll never see Destiny the same way again. Destiny, I realized, was full of people who just wanted my money, and they were going to do it through microtransactions. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to reward that. I'm going to go play a different game. And here I am playing Monster Hunter. Alright, let's get started. Wait, was Tasumi... I can't remember. Was Tasumi... am I saying his name right? Is Tsuyomi. Tsuyomi. Was Tsuyomi in the previous attack run? You guys asked me to start implementing... Oh, let's get started. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes looking. I got to start keeping track of who's in what. I'm pretty sure he was in the last attack run. Guys, if you were already in an attack run with me, let somebody else have a turn, please. Tyler says they can't lower the cost of games when they have to make their money back. The time a game is being in development, they don't make money off of that game. Look at BF2, Battlefield 2. After EA removed microtransactions, shareholders were told they would still make mad money. They don't need microtransactions, even at $60 to make millions.
There it is. At last.
Actually, I remember, like I told you, all of the microtransactions in Destiny 2 actually really damaged my it damaged the way that I saw their brand. I lost kind of like positive regard for their brand, for the Destiny brand. And then I actually recall people kind of mass exodusing away from them, like leaving the company. Not workers, but players. Everyone just stopped playing it. And I remember hearing stockholder, like meeting, right? An analyst saying, you know what? I don't see Destiny recovering from this and ever making the money that you want it to. And it was around that time. Well, not around that time. Maybe about 3/4 of a year later, Activision gave control of Destiny over to Bungie. Whatever they purchased it away from Activision. It's a very smart move, actually. Mustang says it's corporate greed. It infects every industry that gets big enough. I've talked about this issue before. I don't see it as corporate greed as much as I see it as corporate incompetence. Every corporation out there, their job is to make as much money as they can. The question is, can they make that money from providing something that society really badly wants? Or are they doing a bad job and we're annoyed with the product and we don't see the product as worth the money that we're paying for? And maybe they have a monopoly on that product. So there's corporate greed in probably every single corporation. It's just, it's just the basis of capitalism. But the real problem is corporate incompetence. So look what happened. Destiny wanted my money, and they wanted it so badly that now they're getting 0 of my money. If they'd done a good job, I would probably still be playing. To this day, I'd probably still be playing Destiny, and they'd be probably making a little bit of money on me. At least I would be buying their DLCs, right? I don't buy microtransactions as a rule, by the way. I never buy them. But they would at least be selling their DLCs to me. So their quote greed was so inefficient for their company. It was bad for their company. And if they were smarter, if they really wanted my money, see, we're getting back to greed versus competence. If they really wanted my money, they would have done a better job keeping me interested in the game, and they didn't. Yeah, every company is, quote, greedy. See you later, just somebody. Keizu Dating Simulator? Hell yeah. I'd play that. God, man, that'd be such a joke. Would any of you buy Monster Hunter World 2 for $80 in 2024? Taking into account inflation, would you count on the Monster Hunter World team not to screw us? I'd buy it. Yeah, I'd buy it. It sounds like a lot because you're so used to it always being 60. That's why. What if, I have a counter question for you. So you're talking about buying the game for $80, right? Assuming the game is good. What about this? Would you guys buy the game if it became free to play? Not buy the game. Would you guys play the game and buy microtransactions if it went free to play? That's my question. Yeah, if Monster Hunter World was a complete free to play game, but literally everything in the game was a microtransaction, like all of the layered armor was a microtransaction. All the skins, everything. It was all microtransaction. Would you guys be okay with that? It's a question I'm sure companies are asking themselves all the time, actually. What will people actually agree to? Jump over here. All right. Game Addict says, I mean, at least we have sales deals. I somehow got a new copy of Monster Hunter World from GameStop for $30, but maybe that's just because GameStop is falling off a cliff and getting closer and closer to death. So Game Addict, I really feel like all we need is one announcement from the gaming consoles, and GameStop will essentially be dead. That announcement is going to be whether or not the new gaming consoles will implement the ideas that they already had when they were going to introduce the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So Xbox One said, from now on, You buy a game and you're not able to resell it. You own one copy of the game. You can share it with your friends digitally, but you'll never be able to resell this game. And everyone freaked out at this idea because, to be honest, in my opinion, people are a little close-minded. They did not realize that that's actually the future of gaming, and it's a good thing. People are like, they're so used to being able to sell their game to GameStop. They don't realize that GameStop's been a middleman that takes money from the game developers this whole time, right? People don't realize that because, I don't know, it's very easy to manipulate people. I feel like Sony actually, to tell you the truth, I feel like Sony actually manipulated you guys a little bit on that subject. So when you buy a game and you're like, I can resell this game to get some of my money back, what happens is every time you sell a used game, the actual developer of the game would have sold a copy to your friend, but instead you sold it to your friend for like a quarter of the cost of the game. That's the secondhand market. And that's where GameStop makes the majority of its money because the profit margins are so good for those games. They buy your game for like 10 cents and then they sell it for 10 bucks, right? It's a complete ripoff. So all this money that would have gone to the developer, that money actually ends up going to GameStop. And when you get rid of GameStop and the middleman, all the money actually does return to the developer. So everybody's very, very concerned about being able to sell their own games without realizing the companies understand that they have to sell their game at a certain cost because they're assuming you're going to go sell that game and they're not going to get to sell a copy to your friend. So when Microsoft introduces something like, well, no more secondhand market for the games, basically it means two things. The developers are going to make the money that GameStop would have made. See, GameStop makes that money currently. Rather than the person who made the game, GameStop makes that money. Oh, we got her. The second thing is, it would actually be easier for game companies to be able to sell the game at a lower price, because now instead of selling one game for $60 and then that game goes into the secondhand market 3 times, they can actually sell 4 copies of the game. That would mean, in theory, they could sell 4 of those games for $20. Has there ever been a time when there wasn't a secondhand market for games in the gaming marketplace? No, it would be a brand new thing. It would be a brand new thing. So we'll all talk about the cost of video games being too high, and they want to nickel and dime us with microtransactions. Getting rid of GameStop would actually allow the game companies to sell their games for less money. And probably what you would say next is they won't do it. They would never lower the cost of the games. You don't actually know if that's true. Video gaming is one of the most, you probably are aware of this at least, video gaming is one of the most competitive business markets in the world, right? So if game companies could lower the cost of their game in order to sell more copies than their rival, they probably would. Think of Fortnite. Fortnite succeeded because they were able to go free to play. Well, it would be easier for companies to go free to play or something like it if they could sell a copy of their game for as little as $20. Then it would be easier for them to compete with games that are free to play. Alright, let me read the comments because I've just been ranting. What do you say? He said, Skysy says, but that's no argument against selling used game. It's an argument against the middleman. Why not let Microsoft or Sony make their own second-hand market? Because it's the same problem, Skysy. So whether or not you use eBay or Amazon or game, I know there's no reason to do this, by the way, what I'm doing right here. You guys can't break her horns in stage 3, so we should just get her to stage 4, by the way. There she goes. So it doesn't matter who's making the money. If there's a middleman, that money is not going to the game developer. You know, the person who actually made the game, the person who actually brought the game to you. Anytime there's a secondhand market, that company loses out on sales it would have made. So, I feel like it's so silly actually to have to defend this idea. Let me ask you a question. So you guys are probably familiar. Let's pick a really common piece of software. Microsoft Word. Ooh, sorry about that, Tsuyomi. Hold on. That's a tricky moment. You guys are familiar with like Microsoft Word, right? And that's not free software. You actually have to purchase Microsoft Word. Imagine if you could buy Microsoft Word and then rather than anyone else having to buy it, you just give them a copy of Microsoft Word from your copy. That would just be, essentially it would be a terrible way to sell your software, right? It should be one user, one purchase, really straightforward. This is uncomplicated because it matches what an individual is willing to pay for a game. Rather than one person finding a way to secondhand market the original producer of the software. See what I'm saying? So if I told you you should be able to sell your copy of Microsoft Word, nobody would agree with that. But then it comes to video games, and because we're so used to having video games as a physical thing that you can hold in your hands, everyone's very used to the idea that you can sell your game afterwards. And you've kind of been led to believe that the real cost of your game is the cost of the game when you bought it, plus, can we get this? Plus or minus what you can sell it for later. So that's what people believe the real cost of their game is now. The cost you spent when you bought it, minus what you believe you can sell it at. And that's a very crappy way to sell video games, because it's just terrible for the developer. You guys will always be willing to sell the game for less than the developer will sell their own game for. Skycy says the closed market could provide a share of the revenue with the developer. It's very simple, guys. One person, one software. Very simple. There's no such thing as a second-hand market for Microsoft Word. There's no such thing as a second-hand market for Photoshop. I mean, there's pirating, of course, but there's no second-hand market for it. You either own the license to the software or you don't. When I'm done with Photoshop, I don't get to go sell it and make money off of a program that I didn't make, right? It's very straightforward. It's just that for video games, because of the way video games were developed a long time ago, they were developed using old techniques of physical hardware that would hold the software on it, right? So like the cartridge, for example. All computers did this, of course, but there was a point a long time ago where computers no longer needed to sell you a CD in order to get their software to run on your computer. And we're so used to that traditional CD feeling when we buy games that we don't realize how outdated it is. It's incredibly outdated. Like, could you imagine going to the store to buy Photoshop for your computer and buying a physical copy of Photoshop? That is the silliest thing I've ever heard. Like, maybe in the 1990s you did that. You don't do it anymore. It's the same way for video games. People, I think they enjoy the collectible feeling of a video game CD, but actually those CDs are super outdated. Super outdated. All of our video game consoles would be cheaper if the video game console maker just made them more like a laptop today, and just said, guess what? There is no CD disc reader. You just have to download the program off the internet, which is literally what the whole world is doing already. So they could drop the cost of your console right there, just removing the CD player. And there's also a cost. There's a cost to physically creating a whole bunch of CDs. So when you go out to buy a physical copy of a game, there's an actual cost for that plastic box that holds the game. The CD itself costs money to make. The print on the box, the print on the CD, shipping a box full of games to Walmart, having Walmart hire somebody to put that game on a shelf and take it back off. All of that has a huge logistical chain cost and a production chain cost that would just completely go away if we bought games the way we buy modern software. So if a game company comes forward and says, hey, we should just do what you're supposed to be doing today because we're in a modern age, that would be great. But then you would probably have something like Sony come forward again and be like, haha, we're going to get you because people aren't open-minded enough to see how much money could be saved using this other method. I was actually really disappointed during the Taroth the Strong-Armed Thunder, huh? Is Taroth the Strong-Armed Thunder? No, I don't think it's that good. We'll skip that for now. We'll take it. I was actually really disappointed when they did not implement that change that Microsoft wanted to implement in the previous release or iteration of the console generation. While Among Us says, I'm okay with digital-only games because game sharing exists. Exactly. So if you guys didn't know this, I didn't actually purchase a copy of Iceborne. One of my fans, he placed his home on my PlayStation 4, and now I have access to Monster Hunter World for free. See, I didn't have to buy it. So everybody's concerned, well, if I can't resell my game, then how will I share with my friend? How will I get my money back? But think of all the opportunities for game sharing that we already have. So just make sure that the game companies are telling you that they're going to game share. Tell them they can get rid of all the unnecessary. It's not even good for the environment. Think how many plastic boxes and CDs are created every single time a AAA game is made. Those all end up in a landfill somewhere, right? You guys probably remember having PlayStation 2 games you don't play anymore, right? Where are all those games? They're not all on the shelves of like a GameStop at this point. They're in landfills. So we're making all these CDs in plastic boxes that are totally unnecessary. They've been unnecessary since like the 90s. But video gamers are really, really fickle. And I feel like not just fickle, we're actually easy to manipulate because we get so emotional about our video games. You got to stop being so emotional, and you got to realize that that we're so far in the past compared to regular software. Regular software, I downloaded Photoshop. Is this really advanced piece of software? I didn't need a CD to. I remember needing a CD to install AOL. Do you guys remember that? I remember needing a CD to install AOL. That was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. Software has not needed CDs for a super long time, and that's all a video game is. It's just a piece of software. All right, let's go ahead and have a meal. Oh, I already had a meal. Yeah, it's kind of funny, guys. You see gaming companies want to do mobile games, and it's like, why wouldn't they want to do mobile games? Do you have to buy a CD every time you want to install your video game on your cell phone? Nope. So smaller video game companies that can't afford to print, a couple million copies of their game onto a CD, they go, we'll make a mobile game. Think about it. Mobile games don't require a CD. Why in the world are you let me rephrase that. Why in the world are you paying for a CD reader in your console? It's just so nuts that we're okay with that. When PlayStation 4 and Microsoft One sell their console to you and it has a CD reader in it, that is part of the cost of your console. It's kind of like if you bought a TV that had a VHS player in it. Really think about that for a second. It's kind of like if you bought a TV and it had a built-in VHS player. And it's because if you remove the VHS player, the other company is going to be like, see that? He removed the VHS player. He's trying to rip you off. It's really bad, guys. And it worked. It worked. PlayStation made fun of Microsoft for wanting to do things that actually would have been good for the developer. And it would have gotten rid of GameStop, a completely unnecessary company. And they basically debated you with the whole, oh, I'll never be able to share with my friend. Now here I am today on an actual PlayStation 4, sharing with a fan of mine, no CD required. So it's just like, of course we were able to do that. We were able to do that since like early 2000s. We were able to do that. All right, we are on another track run. That's why we like to talk about these interesting subjects, because track runs are not especially difficult. They're pretty easy, because all you're doing is gathering things. Paulo says, I agree with you, Gameconomist. Buying a physical copy of a software today is pointless. It's pointless. It adds more cost to your console. It adds more cost to the production of the game. And then it goes into a landfill. Meaning, if we were to always make these pointless CDs, there would be a point in history, I don't know, maybe like the year 3000, where you would just have trillions of used up games in a landfill somewhere. Think about that, guys. So video games are kind of special. They're like a special product where you don't have to create a landfill for you to enjoy this product. And yet we as gamers demand this product, a CD, that's just going to be another huge landfill. And it's just kind of silly, guys. I think people are, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what their reasoning is behind it. You must have some kind of reasoning, maybe nostalgia. I feel like video gamers do have a lot of nostalgia, but you gotta be reasonable. Paulo says, even for deluxe editions, they could just deliver a slip of certified paper with a key to install the game. Spiceborne will be $40. Spiceborne. The game environmentalist. I'm just saying. You pay extra for a CD reader and you pay extra for the game to be a physical copy. If you get rid of both of those, the cost of the production of the game goes down. Probably by a lot. Swag gamers. What do you think about car leases? I mean, are you? There's nothing controversial about them. If that's what you're asking me, I don't think they're controversial. Some people can afford car leases, and that's what they prefer. For those of you who don't know what a car lease is, basically instead of owning the car, you just pay. It's like renting a car rather than owning a car, and that's all it is. And I don't really have a problem with this. Just a matter of, you know, if you want to do it that way, you can do it that way. You got to make sure that you're getting a good deal though. All right, there we go. And we'll grab this nitro shroom. The impatient gamer says, "You better stop making so much sense." Well, that's how I felt back when the last console war was going on. I was like, why is everyone freaking out so much about this? And I don't know. It actually really damaged Microsoft's. Microsoft had some pretty major failings in the last iteration of the console wars, if you want to use it, if you want to say that. The biggest mistake was its early commercials, where they just pretty much depicted football and the ability to watch cable. That was one of the dumbest things they could have done. It was really, really dumb. And then after that, they announced that you were going to pay an extra $100. See, the PlayStation was $400 and the Xbox was $500. You were going to pay an extra $100 to have the Kinect on your console. Forced Kinect. That was mistake number 2. That was really stupid of them. They thought that what we want is a Kinect. We do not want a Kinect. We want to play the game like we've always played it. And they had a third mistake. What was the third mistake? Oh, I can't remember it. Let's see. What was it? I think it was. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It's just that it was a trouble for them, right? So it's the issue that we're talking about today. Microsoft wanted to get rid of GameStop. Essentially, they wanted to say you can share your game with your friend, but you're going to have to do it digitally. You can't just give the game to your friend because we're getting rid of the secondhand market. So that's what Microsoft was trying to do. Microsoft wasn't going to make money on that. The game developers were going to make money on that. You create a program, and people can't sell your program for you later. Only you're allowed to sell your program. That makes an awful lot of sense to me. You make the program, you get to sell the program. That's how it works in virtually every other software industry. You make the program, you sell the program. So they were going to change that, probably because Microsoft has sold a lot of software in its history, and it knows that is kind of ridiculous that there's a secondhand market for video games. And people really just didn't agree with that. So we had a lot of old, outdated ideas that came into the consoles, and I don't know, people just weren't ready for it. Do you guys remember the Dreamcast? You guys probably remember. Some of you probably remember the Dreamcast. Dreamcast was ahead of its time too. Dreamcast had internet. It wanted you to do online multiplayer, and nobody else had really figured that out yet. And actually, I bet you guys didn't know that. Some of the people who were working on the Dreamcast actually came over to work on the original Xbox. And Xbox really was the console that made online gaming famous because you played games like Halo online. And that was a new big experience that people hadn't really felt before. It was actually one of the reasons I bought the Xbox when I was a lot younger, when I was a kid. Oh, right, the base Xbox is less powerful than the PlayStation 4. So I think there is a, people talk about, the basic hardware. So if that's true, and I never really looked into it too hard, but if that's true, the way it should have been is the Xbox One should have been $350, and the PlayStation 4 should have been $400. Simple as that. Because honestly, I own both consoles. Let me tell you something. There is literally no difference between these consoles. They load exactly the same. So I don't know about the whole hardware claim, but I can't feel that hardware claim when I'm playing video games. There's literally no difference in the quality. I couldn't tell you right now, unless I knew what controller I was holding in my hand, I couldn't tell you which console I was playing on. So the whole hardware issue, I feel like if Xbox used cheaper hardware and then sold it for $50 cheaper than the PlayStation, but it had the same experience, that would have just been a win for Microsoft. But they didn't. They sold it for $500 because they want you to buy the goddamn Kinect. So they had That was a big, big flop for them. And when Phil Spencer took over, Phil Spencer was like, you know what we're doing? We're getting rid of the Kinect right away. Actually, did you guys know this? I didn't buy an Xbox One until they got rid of the Kinect. Yeah, I didn't buy an Xbox One until they got rid of the Kinect. After they got rid of it, I was like, okay, I'll buy it. Kuramori says, if we go all digital, then what would people do if they wanted to play a game years after the console it was on becomes discontinued? Here's a question for you, Kuramori. Let's just repeat your question and apply it to cell phones. Let's say you're getting a brand new phone, and it's the latest version of the iPhone. When was the last time you complained that your copy of the game doesn't transfer to that phone? No one talks about it. No one complains about it. We already have this. You've got cell phones, and you got video games that you can buy on your cell phones. No CD required. And when you get a new cell phone, you just re-download that game. Really, really uncomplicated. Falafel Plays says, are you a fan of arcade style or bullet hell games? I guess I'd say no, actually. I know what you're referring to. I played a crazy amount of old arcade style games because my dad loved video games, and he had video games on his laptop from his era when I was really young. So I played games like Asteroid and was it called Vex or Vector? So I played a lot of old, like, black and white games like Pong on his laptop. And those games are fun for their time. But what happened is we got all these new video games, and it's hard to go back and say that these are equally fun to a game like Monster Hunter World. The truth is they're not. So there's a certain nostalgia for them, and they can be a fun time waster for an afternoon. But when it comes to very serious video gaming, I would just say no. AAA titles all the way. Hunter says, at what pursuit level can you solo Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth? I would say 4, 5, and 6. If you want it to be easy, get it to 5 and 6. Let's see who's still out there. We got one group still out there. Chris Cheney says, always online. I mean, I'm literally always online. I can't think of the last time I didn't have internet. The moment my internet goes down, I go and get internet. I could see how that could interrupt some people who are maybe really, really, really far away from society, like really far out in the sticks. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's the core base of anyone who buys video games. I think like 99.9% of people who buy video games have a solid internet connection these days. How do you live without internet? Internet's like water at this point. This game gave me a crippling foot fetish. How to re-download a game on a console that no longer has online services? WTH is GE talking about? Kajan Sack says, but the thing is, collector is just a small percentage of consumer. Ultimate Search says, as a kid, I've been okay taking money from the developers by not making my friends pay for a copy and just letting them use mine. Even now, I tell my buddies to only buy on sale. So Ultimate Search, let me explain why this isn't as good as you think it is. Because the video game companies know that they aren't selling a copy of their game to your friend. And what they have to do to compensate for that is they have to raise the cost of the video game. So I'm saying if suddenly we got rid of the secondhand market, and sharing with your friend is one thing, but I mean, I'm talking specifically about the secondhand market, right? If we got rid of the secondhand market, they would sell so many more copies of the game that they could drop the cost of the game for everyone. They would be able to do that. And of course, they would want to do that because video games is a very competitive market. That's why we like competition. Competition is good. Competition is it's virtually always good when it comes to an innovative product. Can't talk. I think I pushed this too far to the side. Two, three, four. Oh, nice. We got it. Kajan Sack says, I'm a collector and I'm still only buying physical copy if it's available. Yeah, and I think that's one of the big reasons why it's taken so long for video gamers to move away from physical copies of the game is because they're so used to collecting something about the game. But I feel like collecting video games is going to move toward paraphernalia, like statues, maybe special shirts, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be an outdated CD from the 90s. From the 90s, guys. The 90s is when we developed CDs. Nobody uses CDs anymore. You know what I mean? Nobody does. Your cell phone doesn't use CDs at all. Doesn't need it. There was never a need for CDs. CDs ended in the 90s, in the early 2000s. But I can definitely understand the desire to want to collect. Is there a head under that? I'm gonna just test it right now. All right, giant horns chips, sweet. We're done with that. Ultima Surge says, I'm on both sides. I'm a founder in Warframe and bought Terraria like 13 times. I love to support my companies now that I have a job. Hey, that's a good thing to hear about. Nothing wrong with supporting your favorite developer. Ooh, what is that? Can I grab onto that? Dude, that's cool. Look at that. Where am I, by the way? Wah! Alright, I left the cannon over there, so we're definitely not going to get the cannon explosion now. I just wanted to test that beetle if I could actually grab it, which apparently we can. Ah, there's no point in even setting this off. Let's just run to the next one. Toasters don't use CDs. Why are we buying physical toast? Pretty much, right? My Samsung smart TV, or smart fridge doesn't use CDs. Why are we still buying CDs? Oh, I'm not going to use a Mega Barrel Bomb. It's so unnecessary. I think people have trouble imagining a world without like collectible items, but it is really hypocritical because most of you probably own a smartphone right now, and so you don't even think about it, honestly. You don't think, dang, I wish I had a physical copy of Plants vs. Zombies. You don't ever say that because it was actually never that big of a deal. Alright. Oh, she's gonna block us. Jumping over here. Oh, I don't have a physical copy of Minecraft Pocket Edition. Alright, she's on to the next area. Game Addict says, down with the second-hand market. Down, I say. Getting rid of the second-hand market would actually lower the cost of games, though. It really would. If people just don't see it, they don't understand how that would work. Game developer, instead of selling one game... So, here's another thing people often don't understand about the second-hand market. They think of it as you buy one copy of the game and you sell one copy of the game to like GameStop. That's not really how it works. It's more like you buy one copy of the game, you sell it to GameStop, the next person buys it from GameStop, he plays it, he sells it back to GameStop, the next guy plays it, he gives it to his friend. So that's how the market actually kind of works. It's actually much more than one copy. So with the current method of secondhand market for video gaming, the developer could be missing as many as 2 to 3 to 4 sales of the copy of their software that they spent millions of dollars making and that they hired developers and artists for. They miss out on, 2 to 3 copies sold per individual that knows how to use the second-hand market, which is pretty much everyone at this point. It's just a matter of how lazy you are. Like, if you're real lazy, you'll be like, I'm not going to sell this. But a lot of people are not that. Well, they will. They'll sell it to GameStop for, like, pennies on the dollar, basically. They'll just be like, I don't care if I'm ripped off by GameStop. It's better than me having to sell it. It's just the only way GameStop makes any money. Ah, oh, darn. I should have pushed B, or circle. Oh, no you don't. She thinks you're gonna eat me. Ashik says, I just joined the session. Game Addict said, if DVDs existed for mobile games, which sounds stupid, but it's just hypothetical, people would probably buy them as they would for PC and console games. My point is that you don't miss them. You don't go, oh, I'm so upset that I can't buy Minecraft Pocket Edition on a CD. Nobody even notices. You see what I'm saying? You don't think about it. And it would be the same way for all video gaming. Boop. GameStop opens their own games and sells them as used to keep investors. What? Whoa. In order to claim that they're getting enough used sale games? Is that what you're saying? That would be fraud, by the way, so I doubt that they actually do that, because they would get in huge trouble for that. That would be straight up fraud. That would be lying to your investors, and there are a lot of legal consequences to that. Let's cut this tail. Boop. Beam says because those games are worthless, question mark. I don't know if I agree with that assessment. I mean, if you can buy BioShock, you know, the BioShock trilogy on your cell phone, cell phones have really reached a point of competency as a computer that they can play a lot of probably AAA games, actually. Oh my gosh. Skysy says the European highest court has ruled that you have a selling right for every software. I don't really know what a European highest court is. I would hope you don't mean the EU. Do you mean the EU? I would hate the EU to make a decision like that for my country, first of all. The second thing I would say is the EU also made, didn't they make like that controversial memes decision where they say basically you can't share memes or something like that? I don't know all the details to it. They made a very controversial decision about how you can share music and who has right to, not music, but like images on the internet, right? I don't necessarily trust bureaucracy to make the smartest business decisions, is my point. If bureaucracy made the best business decision, they wouldn't be in government, they would be in business, all right? So that's what I have to say about that. They would be in business, not the government. GameStop does, however, open new games to let their employees try them out. Oh, well, that's a lot more reasonable, actually. That makes plenty of sense. Mustang says you're being idealistic. Does anyone really believe corporations will see excess see excess profits from a non-secondhand market and pass that on to the consumer? Mustang, absolutely they will. Mustang, you're basically saying the gaming companies are what are they doing? They're rubbing their hands together, going, we got them right where we want them. No, these game companies are in competition with each other. Don't you understand? So you can't just sell your game at any cost that you want. We started the whole conversation out talking about how the cost of video games has definitely gone up, and we have inflation as well, right? And yet somehow games have remained at $60. And the way this is occurring is video game companies are compensating for that through microtransaction and DLC. And we were talking about how video game companies don't actually get to control the cost on their games, because if they did sell the game for how much it costs to produce it, nobody would buy it. So the gaming companies are held, I don't want to say hostage, but the gaming companies are in a competition with all the other gaming companies to sell their games better, and that's why they can't just raise the cost of their game, because nobody would buy it. Nobody would buy their game. And you better believe if a gaming company could undersell, or could profitably lower the price of their game, they would, which is why we see the rise of all of these free-to-play games. Let's go ahead and get these Mega Barrel Bombs out. Yeah, I mean, the video game companies are out to make money. I'm not denying that. That's their job, is to go... I mean, they're a corporation. That's literally their job. But my point is, getting rid of the secondhand market takes all this money away from GameStop and puts it back in the hands of the people who actually made the game. That shouldn't ever be a controversial idea. GameStop has nothing to do with the production of the game. All they're doing is benefiting from a super old, outdated way that we sell video games, that we certainly don't do on our cell phones, we don't do it on our PCs necessarily. right? Really, actually, the reason why GameStop is struggling is because a lot of people, without being told to, have already started moving over to buying electronic copies of the game. A lot of people are doing it without being told to, and that's a good thing. It really is. All right, let's get this jump. Oh, actually, I don't know if I should have gotten that jump. Let's slice and dice. Oh, nice. That actually landed on her head. Oh! We dodged it. Okay, I didn't think that was going to hit me. I was too far to her other side. And her words are broken. How long have we been streaming? We're at 3 hours. I think now is a great time to collect our rewards. I'll take a little break, go for a walk, and we will get the next stream up. We will be streaming Monster Hunter World, or we will be streaming Monster Hunter GU next. Okay, guys? Skycy says, that with the meme law was the European Parliament, not the European Supreme Court, and it's not like you just scripted, but it is still awful. But in the law, memes are allowed. That's good. Yeah, I don't really understand how all of the laws in Europe work or who puts them out, but I would hate to have something like the EU standing over me saying, this is how you can sell software. That's when the government's overstepping its role as a government. Your job as a government isn't to go in there and tell people how they can sell their product that they made. Now the market can tell them how to sell the product. The market can say, okay, you can make it one person, one game, but we're not going to buy your game, which is what happened. Microsoft got burned on that. But I disagreed with the boycott. I disagreed with people saying they won't go along with that. To me, I saw it as progress. I saw it as progress in the gaming market. Getting rid of places like GameStop was actually going to be a good thing for the developers, like a really good thing for the developers. A lot of places are now pushing to bring games under control. Game, do you know if there are any other monsters being released that we haven't seen? No, I do not. Gameconomist, check that high rank, boy. Let's check it. First, let's gather these real fast. We're going to see what our rewards are, too. We got Steadfast, Fire Resistance. There we go. We need that. Stream, Antidote, and Fortitude again. Yeah, we definitely needed some Fire Resist. Castell says, did you see YouTube today saying how they are unbiased and fair politically? Yes, you're talking about the interview that they had with Senator Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz and a Google executive who she basically refused to answer any of his questions. And she, I think it was more like his line of questioning kind of revealed how big of a deal it is, what's going on over at Google. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's pretty well known that Google is manipulating their search results in order to affect the political outcome of the next presidential race in America. And one of the things that happened was a whistleblower leaked internal conversations that were being had by Google executives, and he revealed some pretty alarming things that they were saying. So that is what he is talking about. All right, I think I'm going to sell the rest of these. What's actually stood out to me about these Kulve Taroth runs is I have not received any of the level 4 shelling gun lances, so it's actually kind of hard to unlock them at this point. It's kind of interesting to note. All right, guys, we have finished gathering that. Let's check we are Hunter rank 46. We're 3 levels away from 49. We'll probably break 49 tomorrow, because I'll do another one of these tomorrow. And we're going to move on to Monster Hunter GU. We can keep talking about whatever you want in GU, but I'll probably focus more on the game in GU. When we do a Kulve Taroth stream, though, it's such an easy... I mean, I've done it so many times, it just makes it easy to talk about anything we feel like, which is how I end up talking about these other subjects. All right, I'm going to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's do a little gesture. Yep, see you guys later. Thank you, everyone who made donations, by the way. And once again, I want to point out that I do now have a Streamlabs tip link in the description of my videos if you want to make Shuckle pop up rather than having a Super Chat. Also, Super Chat takes 30% of that donation for YouTube. The Streamlabs tip link does not. All right. Have a nice day, guys.